temperature, so many water breaks, et cetera, et cetera. So as you said earlier, Tony, these guys are ready to hit somebody else. And where the Auburn Tigers are lined up and the officials are ready to go, I think the Troup Tigers are making last-second preparations as they've yet to come from the field house. So I know the Auburn kickoff team, as he places the key on the tee on the 40, just waiting for the other Tigers to come out. So with that, let's take Brett back at the studio. Let's take about a 30-second break, and we'll come back for your Troup Tigers versus Auburn Tigers football game.
CB&T, with us, closer to what's important to you. Closer to home with 3 branches in LaGrange. Closer to your money with mobile and internet banking and 6 local ATMs. Plus, you can use any Synovus or Publix Presto ATM in the Southeast. Closer to people who care about you. Local people who make local decisions. We're CB&T. How can we serve you today? CB&T is a division of Synovus Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender. Some restrictions apply to mobile banking.
You're listening to Eagle Sports, WLAG 96.9 FM, 1240 AM, and online at eagle1023.com. Now back to more Troup Tiger football.
Okay, thank you, Britt. Welcome back as you're listening to Troup Tiger football here live from Duck Sanford Stadium. Again, live streaming online at eagle1023.com is the Troup Tiger football game. So if you guys are at home and you want to listen to it on the radio or you want to watch it on the internet, go to eagle1023.com, key on the Troup Tiger football game, and you'll see it live on the web. Tony, the Tigers kind of trot out here. You know, it looks like some of the starters are coming in late. We're just anxious to see how this first scrimmage is going to go because, as you said, after a while you just get tired of whooping up on each other. And nobody's more excited, Greg, than the coaches. They've put in their time since last year. The Tigers have gone through some changes in the coaching staff, as we mentioned, that Coach Lynn Kendall in his first year, and I'm sure Coach Kendall's got a little nerves and a little adrenaline flowing, and he's anxious to see his kids perform and see what things they need to improve on and see what maybe some pleasant surprises that stand out sometimes. You know, you and I talked about earlier how you don't really you got practice players and game players, so now you get a little game situation, game simulations going on. You find out who can play, who can't, who can perform, and those types of things. So the Troup Tigers have effectively made the Auburn Tigers wait probably 5 minutes now since they took the field. But Troup Tigers are finally getting ready to receive the kickoff here to start the game. Number 10, Ricky Frazier, looks like he'll be deep, along with number 4, Brandon Hurd, and number 3, Lamonte Truitt. So getting ready to get this thing started, Greg. So let's see who wants to hit somebody. Well, and that could be a strategy from Coach Kendall. Let's see what happens as the Auburn Tigers get set for kickoff, and we are underway. It's a high kickoff. It'll back up down about a yard inside the end zone. So even if it were live, it would be a touchback. So the Troup Tigers will start first down and 10 from their own 20-yard lines as they're moving left to right, and they are in all white uniforms with Navy helmets. And I know Coach Kendall is proud and happy this year. They're going to be going to a new Tiger logo on the side of their helmet. Going wide out on the left is new starter at wide out, number 11, Trevor Spradlin, a senior. He's had plenty of touches in these 7-on-7 matches. You've got number 9 at quarterback, Will Smith. Will's just a sophomore, but he's taken a lot of snaps during his summer practice. He had a little quick out to number 2, Malcolm Tatum. It was a little down and out pass. It was about a 7-yard. It's incomplete. Now the Tigers is changing up their offensive scheme this year, Tony. More of a wide open spread offense, if you will. Well, go ahead, Greg. I'm sorry. No, I really hadn't seen a lot of practices this year. Maybe only a couple hours of one. Hadn't seen a lot of their offense, so this is all new as well. There's a fumble. Handoff, and now it's fumble in the backfield, and big number 96. Unfortunately for the Troup Tigers, Auburn Tigers picks it up on about the 18-yard line and trots it in for a touchdown. A little bit of miscue between Will Smith and Lamonte Truitt. Lamonte being a senior and a very versatile athlete. Looks like they kind of bumped into each other, and not a good way to start this scrimmage. But again, and not to say that it's a scrimmage, because these guys don't like to lose. If they're competitive, they want to win a scrimmage just like they want to do a regular season game.
Well, and those are the kind of things you run into, Greg, early in the season. You try to avoid turnovers and penalties and mistakes. And unfortunately for the Tigers, the handoff wasn't clean that time, and it fell on the ground. A big number 96 for the Auburn Tigers picked it up, went about 30 yards for the score, put the Auburn Tigers up 6-0 with the extra point to follow.
You know, looking at the Troup Tigers on the first two offensive plays, I was trying to key in on the offensive line, and they really did good jobs with their blocks, maintained, and just, again, we just got unfortunate handoff or miscue in the backfield. So the Tigers convert their extra point. The Auburn Tigers up early, 7-0. We'll take a short break. Tiger football.
Collision Autocraft Auto Body Repair would like to salute you on your accomplishments. Now that you're driving, Collision Autocraft would like to offer these safety tips. Wear your seatbelt. Avoid talking on your cell phone while driving. Don't text and drive. And always keep your eye on the road. Collision Autocraft has too often seen the results of careless driving. Drive safely and have a bright future. Don't forget to like Collision Autocraft on Facebook.
The action continues now with more Troup Tiger football on Eagle Sports, WLAG 96.9 and online at eagle1023.com.
All right, welcome back to Duck Sanford Stadium. The Auburn Tigers up early with less than a minute to go, or at least a minute into this ball game, on a fumble miscue by Will Smith and Lamonte Truitt. Big number 69 picks it up for the Auburn Tigers, trots it in 18 yards for a touchdown. 7-0 Auburn Tigers over your Troup Tigers. And so we get another opportunity for the Auburn Tigers to kick off, and for the Troup Tigers not to return it, but just simply to line up and go through simulation, backing up, looking to block their man, just can't catch the ball and actively return it.
Greg, you mentioned on that handoff on the previous play, a little bit of nerves. It's early, and I'm sure Will Smith, the 10th grade quarterback, little adrenaline flowing, little nerves working.
Yeah.
So he'll settle down, and they'll get that exchange. And as they say in the almanac, it's not how you start, it's how you finish. So Tigers will be fine. They'll settle down, get those nerves calm, and get their offense in gear.
Well, the Tigers of Auburn kick off, and Ricky Frazier back deep to take the handoff. Actually, Lamonte Truitt takes it and kind of trots up the sideline, but he would have been liked to have returned that because he had clear sailing.
I believe he could have scored with that one, Greg.
I see the likes of Big Darrell Dunlap. He was a wide receiver coming in. Let's see, you've got Mitch Mathis on the line. You've got a new center this year, number 60, and Hernandez Jackson. Jackson is only a sophomore starting at center. You've got Big Mitch Mathis returning to his position at right tackle. Will Smith takes a takes a snap, hands off to Ricky Frazier, who sneaks his way up for a couple of yards. And you can see Reuben Foster, number 2. He actually has number 2 on the middle linebacking position for the Auburn Tigers. A very quick huddle for the Troup Tigers, Tony, as they go to 2 wide outs on the left, 1 on the far side. Twins in the backfield. Smith takes receive on the snap, rolls out, got a receiver wide open. About a 8-yard gain, maybe a 7-yard gain to number 2, Malcolm Tatum. So a nice down and out pass. Tatum's tiptoes on the sideline and just falls out of bounds to make it 3rd down and about 5. Maybe it was a 5-yard gain.
Good throw by quarterback Smith there as he rolled to his right, hit his wide receiver, tiptoed on the sidelines for about a 5-yard gain, sets up a manageable 3rd and 5 here for the Troup Tigers.
Ricky Frazier and Lamonte Truitt in the backfield. Frazier takes a crisscross handoff and actually picks up the 1st down. What a nice blocking for the offensive line, and just really got the Auburn Tigers on the heels. Nice little running play there. I think the Auburn Tigers are expecting pass, and the Troup Tigers sneak a little crisscross on them and pick up the 1st down. The chains move. Again, no huddle by the Troup Tigers as Will Smith brings them up to the line. You've got a slot man, Dunlap in the slot to the right, Truitt in the backfield all alone. You've got Dunlap, another miscue, in the handoff again between Will Smith and Lamonte Truitt. That's the second time and the second fumble off. The Auburn Tigers will recover the fumble on the Troup Tigers 40-yard line, Tony.
Greg, it looked like on that play the Troup Tigers sent a man in motion, and the timing of the play just wasn't quite there. It looked like the snap from center hit the back as he went across the quarterback's face, and the ball was left on the ground. And again, another turnover by the Tigers. And the Auburn Tigers are going to set up shop on the Troup High 41.
It's the first chance that we get to see our defense in action. You've got number 15, Bruce Danford. He'll be a senior outside linebacker along with Dalton Hadley, Hammerhead Hadley, they say. Excellent linebacker. Big Darrell Dunlap all in the backfield. I mean, just broke through, Tony, and just killed, if you will, the Auburn running back for about a 10-yard loss. Came out of nowhere.
Great play there by number. Let's see, that was Darrell Dunlap. Is that correct?
That is right.
Number 16. Yeah, great penetration there from looked like his defensive end position, and he blew that play up immediately. That play had no chance from the start.
You've got Lakeithian Buckner at free safety. You've got Lamonte Truitt at one corner. You've got a whistle. So the snap results in a quick whistle. Let's see what we've got. And I think we've got a timeout by the Auburn Tigers, I think. Let's see, he's calling his team over. So they take a timeout. We're going to take a timeout. Auburn Tigers 7, your Troup Tigers 0. We'll be right back.
Drugs customers. Since Corley Drugs has closed, Perry Prather of Holmes Pharmacy has a special message for you.
If you find yourself without a place to fill your prescription, I would like to invite you to let us here at Holmes Pharmacy take care of your family. During this transition of Corley Drugs closing, come see us. We can provide the same level of comfort and care that you have always received and expected from Corley Drugs. To find out more, come see us at Holmes Pharmacy, 136 Commerce Avenue, LaGrange.
Now back to the field for more Troup Tiger football on Eagle Sports, WLAG 96.9 FM, 1240 AM, and online at eagle1023.com.
And welcome back to Duck Sanford Stadium here in Auburn, Alabama, where your Troup Tigers are taking on the Auburn Tigers for the second year in a row in a preseason scrimmage. And it's turned out just like we thought it would be. It's early in the first quarter, but the Auburn Tigers are up on a couple of miscues by the Troup Tigers, a couple of fumbles, and as you said before, Tony, a little nervous.
A little bit nervous, but you know, Greg, that play by Darrell Dunlap on the first defensive play for the Tigers is a big play because it's put the Auburn Tigers in a second and about 15-16 situation.
You got Darrell Dunlap at left end. He is crushing in. You got Big Maurice Swain. You got Darrell Dunlap on the chase, and you got the quarterback for Auburn running out. He gets out of the pocket, and he picks up about 18 yards. Not quite enough for a first down, but because they had lost 10, should bring up third down and about 2, maybe 3, it looks like, Tony. The ball's going to be placed on, what, the 34-yard line?
Looks like it's going to set up about 3rd and 3, like you said, but a good job by the Auburn quarterback. The Tigers had good penetration from the outside, but the quarterback was able to break contain to his right and pick up a big gain on second down to set up about a 3rd and 2.
All right, big Bruce Danford at middle linebacker takes a stab. They got to play right up the middle. And, Tony, I don't think they got the first down. I think the Tigers, if this is, it depends. He's got his left foot out there. It's going to be close.
Looks like where they got it marked, Greg, it's going to be awfully close. I believe it's going to be a first down.
Well, they're moving the change. You're right, Tony. So the Auburn Tigers going with a hurry-up offense, no huddle. So, you know, we got both teams kind of quick. And, of course, it's going to have a defense kind of sitting on their heels.
And that's one of the goals of this hurry-up offense is to tire the defense out, not give them opportunity to substitute players.
Well, yeah, the quarterback takes it was a little counter trap on the inside, and oh, wow, I don't know who that was. That was number 10, big Ricky Frazier just picks up the quarterback and just takes him and flips him upside down, and you got a lot of yays from the Troup Tigers, and you got a lot of boos from the Auburn Tigers because it was kind of questionable on that tackle.
Well, you know, between those white lines, it's you do what you got to do to get them down. So, good open field tackle there by number 10, Ricky Frazier, to set up a second down and 7 for the Auburn Tigers.
So the Tigers on defense. A little reverse, a little flip around. They catch the Tigers being on their toes. Big 16, Darrell Dunlap steps in, makes the tackle along with Number 55, Maurice Swain, and number 7, Michael Tatum. I don't think any of the Troup Tigers was fooled on that reverse, Tony.
Outstanding play, again, by number 16, Darrell Dunlap. He read his keys, stayed at home where he was supposed to be, which is his job, to protect against that reverse. Made a good open field tackle on a very elusive runner. So good job by the Troup Tiger defense. Set up about a 3rd and 11 situation, Greg.
Plays called in from the sidelines, 3rd and 11. Ball rests on about the 31-yard line of the Troup Tigers. From the shotgun, the Auburn Tigers come out with 3 wide outs to the right, single wide out to the left. High snap, quarterback drops back in the pocket. He is being chased outside of the pocket. He does let it fly. He's got a man all alone in the end zone. Ricky Frazier had left his man thinking run. He got beat just behind him. 6 points for the Auburn Tigers on a long pass from the quarterback. There is a flag in the backfield.
That's a roughing the passer,
is it? Okay.
Greg, against the Troup High Tigers.
Well, he was under a lot of pressure, Tony, trying to chase out of the pocket. I tended to look deep to see where Ricky Frazier had left coverage thinking run, and about that time he got pulled in, if you will. Kind of got fooled, and the quarterback threw it over his head. I think as a senior, that's something that Ricky shouldn't be making. He should stay with his guy.
Well, one of the things they teach you as a defensive back, you never let anybody behind you, especially when the quarterback breaks the pocket, because he can do so many things. He can run or throw. And again, the number 10 for the Tigers, Ricky Frazier, let the receiver get behind him. Quarterback made a good throw, threw that ball about 40 yards on the run, had a little bit on it too. And so good concentration by their receiver, and puts the Auburn Tigers up by a score of 13-0 with the extra point to follow. But again, some early mistakes. Good plays, and you have a couple of bad ones. So, again, so far in this first quarter, again, you and I talked, a little bit of nerves, but hopefully the Troup Tigers can settle down and get their feet under them and come back strong.
Well, I'm like you, that kind of going through the motion on the extra point, and it looks like it's good. Auburn Tigers will take the lead 14-0 over your Troup Tigers. Both scores coming off of a couple of fumbles for the Tigers. So again, early miscues puts the Tigers down 14-0. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back. You're listening to Troup Tiger Football.
Jesse Lichter here from Kia of LaGrange. This summer is a hot one, and people are trying lots of things to stay cool. Some are hanging out at the pool and eating ice cream, while others are just staying inside. But the ones having the most fun, the ones that are by far the coolest, are the ones driving the all-new Kia Optima. The 2013 Optima starts at $21,200 and is backed by Kia's 10-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty. Check us out online at KiaofLaGrange.com and help support your local economy.
We're open 8 to 8, so don't be late.
You're listening to Eagle Sports, WLAG 96.9 FM, 1240 AM, and online at eagle1023.com. Now back to the field for more Troup Tiger.
All right, welcome back. With 7:16 remaining in the first quarter of play, the Auburn Tigers up 14-0 really quick, Tony, on a couple of miscues. Defensively, our Tigers looked pretty good on a few things. That was just bad coverage at that time. Good coverage until latest. He come up, and so he kind of missed that one. We had a couple of fumbles, and both of those results in the Auburn Tigers touchdown.
Short fields. Greg, you mentioned the first turnover was a turnover, scoop and score by the Auburn Tigers defense. And then on that touchdown drive there, that was about a 40-yard drive. And let's give a little bit of credit to the Auburn Tigers quarterback. He broke contain, made some things happen on that right side, and threw a good pass for a touchdown. But as the kickoff goes through the end zone there, the Troup Tigers will come out and start their next drive on their own 20. See if they could get a little offense going and give that defense a little bit of a rest. They've been on the field a long time in this first quarter. Get some things worked out, get over here and get their feet under them, and hopefully the offense can go down in a long drive here and put some points on the board and swing that momentum back to the Troup side.
I hope so. We're looking at big guys like Levi Cornwell and Hernandez Jackson and Maurice Swain and Mitch Mathis on that front offensive line to make some noise for these running backs. Will Smith takes the handoff, hands off on a little crisscross to number 3, Lamonte Truitt, senior. He picks up maybe a half a yard. Actually, they're going to show him losing a half a yard, so it'll be second down and about, call it 11. We talk about that Tiger offense. It had a couple of kids stunting on defense, but you know what? You still got to maintain your blocks. So wide open offense. Tigers come up to the line. Smith takes a handoff. He rolls out. He's got a man wide open in number 2, and it'll wind up being a first down, a pass to Malcolm Tatum. Second route like that, Tony, on a 12-yard down and out to the sidelines. Tigers pick up the second first down of the night.
Good throw and catch that time. Number 9 quarterback Will Smith made a good throw over the linebackers and in front of the defensive backs, and big first down for the Tigers. Now they've got a little field position. They are on their own 41-yard line, so let's see what they can dial up now.
Smith takes a handoff, hands it off to Truitt. Oh, he almost sneaks under a couple of Auburn Tigers, but he picks up maybe a 1-yard gain. And I think looking back, he kind of thought he was going to get. He kind of crunched up a little bit, or scrunched up, and had he kept his feet, he might be still running.
Well, you're always looking for number 2 on the defense when you're running up in there. So he's going to be around that football. But again, the Tigers with their spread offense trying to speed up the pace. Ball's on the ground again.
Well, again,
the Tigers got on that one.
That's right. Will Smith, Will's only standing at about 5'9", 137, and I think 5'9" might be an inch too tall. But you had Ricky Frazier coming in motion from his slot back, was simply going to take the handoff. It's a time in play. The snap was a little high.
Yeah.
He didn't quite get the handoff. Ball goes on the ground, and lucky for Will was trying to block but was able to get on the ball.
And he'll learn as he goes. When that handoff's not there, you just hold on to it to lessen the chance of a turnover.
Right. And Will, the offensive line, I'll just get through talking about him. I don't know if that was going to be a screen or a little drag pass across the front. Will took the pass and it darted out to his left, turned and looked, and was covered up by 4 Auburn Tigers. And when something happens that quick, Tony, tells me that the offensive line just kind of flagged them through. Got to at least put a hat on somebody.
Well, the pressure there was immediate from the right side of the Auburn Tiger front, and quarterback Smith rolled to his left and really had no time to set up and look downfield. So brings up about a 4th and, wow, Greg, that's 20-25, I guess. So the Tigers are elected to punt to maybe help with field position as the Auburn Tigers receiver is on his own 45.
37, Nick Burrick. Nick is a sophomore, one of a few kickers trying to grasp this kicking position for the Tigers. Nick kicks about a 40-yard punt. Will take the ball down really for the first time in the Auburn Tigers side of the field, down to about the 43-yard line where the Auburn Tigers will take over. We have an official timeout. We're going to take a short break. You're listening to Troup Tiger Football on Eagle 102.3.
At LaGrange College travel to places like London, Tokyo, and the jungles of Costa Rica through our study away commitment. First-year freshmen are provided a voucher worth up to $2,500 for an off-campus travel experience their junior or senior year. Attend college close to home and still see the world at LaGrange College. Learn more at lagrange.edu/transform.
You're listening to Eagle Sports, WLAG 96.9 FM, 1240 AM, and online at eagle1023.com. Now back to more Troup Tiger football.
Welcome back to Auburn, Alabama. And at break, Coleman and I were talking. He said, you guys on the radio need to make more noise. Isn't that what I heard, Tony?
That's what he said.
He said he needs some more crowd noise. And so if you guys are listening, if you're at home watching on eagle1023.com, he expects some. Just get up and shake, rattle, and roll and talk to these Tigers. Let's go. Let's get them fired up. I know it's just a scrimmage, but we got to have a little intensity out there. So, I know Coach Kendall just had his little chat with his players on the sidelines. Let's see kind of what that does for the team as the Auburn Tigers come out, and they'll take over 1st and 10 on their own 43-yard line, Tony.
Again, the first decent field position for the Troup Tiger defense as the Auburn Tigers open up on their side of the 50 for the first time tonight.
You still got Lamonte Truitt at outside at the right corner. Dalton Hadley in on the tackle with several Tigers after they pick up about 4, maybe 5 yards off right. You've got big Bruce Danford, number 15. Changed his number up this year. I'm just kind of looking around. I got to get used to these new numbers. Bruce last year, I think he was like 32. This year he comes in at number 15. You had Ricky Frazier last year was number 4. Now he's number 10. So it's just as much a preseason scrimmage for you and I, Tony.
That's exactly right. We got to get our see legs under us and learn these new numbers and names. But a good play on first down for the Auburn Tigers there as they picked up about 4 yards.
All right, handoff up the middle from the Auburn Tigers, and Daryl Dunlap along with Dalton Hadley, and who else comes off of that pack? Number 7 for the Tigers, Michael Tatum, all in on the tackle. We've got one guy limping to see. That would be Hammerhead. Dalton Hadley kind of comes up with his left ankle kind of limping, but he's walking good now, just kind of probably a little twist, a little light twist, but he's good to go. So third down, and would you call it a long one, Tony, just inside the Troup Tiger territory. As the Auburn Tigers in from a shotgun, now they've got split backfield, 2 wideouts to the right, 1 to the left, handoff right up the middle. Nice tackle by Bruce Danford, and Dalton Hadley, really an arm tackle, tripped him up, and I don't think the Tigers from Auburn got it.
Yeah,
I don't even think there was any gain there, Tony.
Matter of fact, Greg, looks like they might have lost a little bit. That's going to set up again in about a 4th and maybe 1.5 yards, 2 yards, but good penetration that time by Hadley and Bruce Danford as they stuffed that play and held the Auburn Tigers to no gain.
Well, here it is, 4th down for the Auburn Tigers. They have elected not to punt, and they put Reuben Foster in the backfield. And, of course, we know what happened when you put Reuben in the backfield from last year. He takes the ball. He's going off right tackle. Big Maurice Ray takes him down. A big 51 for the Tigers. Kimbe Billingsley along with 18 for the Tigers. Lakeisha Buckner. They said, welcome back, Reuben.
Well, there's no secret where that ball was going.
Absolutely.
So, Reuben, they definitely knew number 2 was going to carry that ball. So great play by the Troup Tigers, and hopefully that will ignite the offense now. And as they set up shop on the Auburn Tigers side of the field on the Auburn 48.5 yard line. So let's see if we can get that offense going, Greg.
Well, behind Big Hernandez Jackson, Will Smith from the shotgun takes the snap, hands off quickly to number 16, Daryl Dunlap, and Reuben Foster said, I'm going to give them back some of the same thing. He was on a dead stunt from the middle linebacker position, on a timing stunt, and I think he got back there about the time the ball got back there.
When you watch number 2's highlight film, that's what you see. He did a great job of anticipating the snap. Penetration was incredible. He's so quick for a 250-pound man. He blew that up in the backfield.
Right. Will Smith takes a shotgun, rolls out to his right, takes care of Malcolm Tatum on about a 6-yard pass down to the Auburn Tiger 45. That'll pick up about 7. It'll bring 3rd down and still maybe 7 to go from the Auburn Tiger 45. So, Will Smith really looks good on a rollout.
Another good throw as quarterback Smith rolled to his right. He's made about 3 now, so maybe the Tigers have found something they can exploit.
All right, quick handoff to Chris Howard up the middle. Chris is a little scat back, gives you everything he's got, but he is kind of small. Number 25, he stands at 5'5", 150. He's able to creep it up in the middle and really no gain. So it's going to be 4th down and 7. And really from the 45-yard line, are the Tigers going to punt? No, it looks like Will Smith's reading off his armband, and they will bring him to the line of scrimmage on the 45-yard line and see what they can come up with 4th and 7. So they got twins to the left, twins to the right, single backfield. Will Smith in the shotgun takes a snap. He nice little toss out to Ricky Frazier down the sideline. Kid picks it up. He goes all the way for a touchdown, Tigers!
Excellent throw by quarterback Will Smith. I tell you, he stood in the pocket as we got an Auburn Tiger injured back here on the 45-yard line. But good throw, good touch on the ball by quarterback Smith. Put some air under it and let Ricky Frazier run under it. He made a good move on the DB on about the 5-yard line to take it on in. So the defensive stand by the Troup Tigers ignites the Troup County offense. So the Troup Tigers are back in this game with the extra point to follow. It's 14-6. And with the extra point coming, hopefully the Tigers can get to 14-7, and old Mo might have changed sides.
Hey,
Greg.
You know what, Tony? Excellent call there in that momentum change. And who caught that pass? Ricky Frazier, who allowed that touchdown last time. Ricky Frazier, kind of retribution. Will Smith laid it out nice. Ricky got in behind the corner and just outrun him to the end zone.
Really a great throw. As a cornerback, you have to have a short memory, and Ricky was able to make a play, and the extra point is good. 14-7 Auburn Tigers.
Well, Will Bates, son of Shane Bates, congratulations. He kicks the extra point as Trevor Spradlin holds. You're listening to Tiger Football. We'll be back. Your score, Auburn Tigers 14, Troup Tigers 7. You listen to Tiger Football on Eagle Radio.
Who do you call if you need auto, home, or business insurance? It's Mallory Agency. They make it easy to find the right insurance because they carry many different lines of insurance, so you can compare price coverage of many different companies, so you can make a decision and know you pick the best one for your needs. Check us out on the web at MalloryAgency.com or on Facebook, or do what so many of your neighbors have done for 105 years. Drop in at 301 West Harrelson Street in LaGrange.
Now back to more Troup Tiger football on Eagle Sports, WLAG 96.9 FM, 1240 AM, and online at eagle1023.com.
Welcome back to Auburn, Alabama, where your Tigers have, as Tony said, maybe have changed the momentum. Had a good defensive stand. They come back to little Will Smith, sophomore quarterback, on a nice little go route to Ricky Frazier. Brings that score to 14-7, and really looked good with a PTA conversion by Will Bates. And the Tigers kicks off, and inside the 10 down to about the 6-yard line. Number 37 for the Tigers, Nick Burek. So, you know, last year Jordan Vann, he was putting them in the end zone, but he consistently put them inside the 10, maybe inside the 5. Sure. That's really all you can ask for at the high school level.
You know, Greg, let's get back to that long scoring touchdown pass. Some of the credit, a lot of the credit needs to go to the offensive line for giving his quarterback time to throw. Sometimes the guys on the O-line don't get noticed until they miss a block or something like that, but the Troup's O-line did a great job of getting quarterback Smith some time, stood in the pocket, made a good throw. So let's see if the defense can get a turnover here, maybe, Greg.
Well, the Tigers come up, double wideouts on either side, shotgun snap. A lot of pressure. Maury Swain is chasing the quarterback. The quarterback just throws it up out of bounds, actually into the stands. Maurice Swain, when the biggest guy on the field comes running at you, you start running away, and that's exactly what happened.
Well, the quarterback showed excellent mental skills on that one. You know, he rolled to his right as he felt pressure from his left. Did a good job getting rid of the ball, saved his team a big loss, and lived to have a 2nd down and 10 play now.
Well, the Auburn Tigers come out with twins right, single back, man in motion from the shotgun, single set. Takes the snap, he rolls out, he options, he flips it to the tailback, and again, right there on the tackle is number 32, Jonathan Foster, a sophomore. Seeing some of the youth that the Troup Tigers have, Jonathan is playing outside linebacker, makes a nice stop, only picks up about 2, be 3rd down and 6, maybe 7, a long 6.
Good job of defensing the option there. Everybody, the Auburn Tigers ran the option to their right. Troup Tigers did a good job of playing assignment football. Number 32, Jonathan Foster, had the pitch man, did his job after the defensive end forced the quarterback to pitch.
Well, with Reuben Foster in the backfield, shotgun position, quarterback takes it, rolls out to his left against his strong. Nice job by Dalton Hadley chasing him out of the box. But the Auburn Tiger quarterback is able to scramble around on a nice block from Reuben Foster on Hadley to spring him out. The Auburn Tigers do pick up the 1st down out to about the 42-yard line.
It's like you might have an injury on the sideline here, Greg. One of the Tigers on the tackle there, I can't see their number. They're looking down at him now. We'll try to get that number for you quick as we can.
Yeah, it looks like the officials are calling for a timeout. We'll take a timeout and give you an update when we come back. You're listening to Troup Tiger Football.
That may be the end of the quarter, Greg.
Got all my fingers shaking. Must have been my large Americano, mochaccino, macchiato. Now the family's gone to bed, and that's my favorite time to get some tips on better rates. Cause my State Farm guy answers late, and even when it's not my agent, someone's standing by so patient. Getting coverage questions answered helps me to relax. Get to a better state, State Farm.
Call State Farm agent Matt Orr on the square in downtown LaGrange.
You're listening to Eagle Sports, WLAG 96.9 FM, 1240 AM, and online at eagle1023.com. Now back to more Troup Tiger football.
Welcome back. We're at the end of the first quarter where Auburn Tigers are leading your Troup Tigers 14-7. Our Troup Tigers had a couple of miscues fumbles earlier. Really, this is the only, you kind of wish, had we not had those fumbles, what the situation would be. Would it be 0-0? Would it be 7-0? Troup? What would it be?
Hey, no doubt, Greg, going into games early in the season, you look for turnovers, penalties, and those types of things. And usually the team that makes the least amount of mistakes is going to come out on the end, the winning side of the game. So as we change quarters here and start the second quarter, the Auburn Tigers have a first down and 10 on their 44-yard line. Again, Troup a little nervous early, got their feet under him, and let's see what happens here in the second quarter.
Well, Bruce Stanford was an injured Tiger on the sidelines. The quarterback for Auburn takes a snap, runs out to just nice open field. A lot of arm tackling by the Tigers. Finally, Dalton Hadley brings the Auburn Tiger quarterback down on about the 31-yard line, but open field tackles missed by Brandon Hurd and Lamonte Truitt just simply didn't lock up. There's a flag on the field way back here at almost at the line of scrimmage. Let's see what that is, Tony. I didn't catch anything. I don't know if it was a block in the back, clip, or what it was.
Well, based by where it is on the field, it looks like it could be against the Tigers maybe. No, it's against the Auburn Tigers, yeah, so they're going to back that play up. And talking about the play there, the quarterback, we had Reuben Foster again in the backfield there for the Auburn Tigers. Ball fake to him, and everybody on the Troup Tiger defense went toward him, and then the quarterback kept it and came around to his right side. Great gain, probably 20-25 yards, but all that's coming back on a 5-yard procedure penalty against the Auburn Tigers. It's going to be first down at 15 now.
You know, not to tout the Auburn Tigers high school program, but with a weapon like Reuben Foster in the backfield and the reputation he has and what he did for the Troup Tigers last year on several runs, it's a person that if you got him in the backfield, you're going to have to key on him.
Well, if you watch Rivals.com, he's the number 2 player in the country.
That's right,
I mean, it depends on who you talk to. One of the top 2 players in the state of Alabama. So he's a force to be reckoned with.
Shotgun snap, just simply on a go route. The wideout gets by Lamonte Truitt Sr., and I think if Lamonte had that back, he'd have bumped him a little bit more. A little help from Lakeishan Butner from his free safety position, but really didn't help a whole lot other than to kept him from going in the end zone. That was a nice, really called a go route for about a 40-45-yard gain down to the Troup Tigers, about 17-yard line. So the Auburn Tigers have it first down inside the red zone.
A good throw, Greg, by the Auburn Tigers there to the wideout number 1, who, like you said, split the seam there. Safety was a little late getting over to help, and big first down for the Auburn Tigers.
All right, shotgun position, hands off, crisscross in the backfield. Oh, nice tackle and a ball. They're going to call him down, but a nice tackle by Ricky Frazier. Uphends the tailback, number 5 for the Auburn Tigers. Picks him up, lands on his head. Kind of, I thought, oh, that's going to be an injury, but turned out he's running off the field. So it was a nice run. It'll be inside the 15, down to about the 12-yard line, Tony.
Auburn Tigers, Greg, are having a lot of success with that fake up the middle and the quarterback keeping it. So the defensive ends for the Auburn Tigers are going to have to read their keys a little bit better, make sure they contain that quarterback to stop that play.
Well, you got Big Maury Swain for the Troup Tigers on the left defensive end. Number 5 right up the middle, and really no gain. You've got Bruce Stanford and Dalton Hadley in on the tackle, and you got Lakeishan Buckner. We got another
penalty on the field, so we'll see what that is.
You know, as you mentioned, when the Troup Tigers read their keys, pay attention, they're typically in on the play. So it's when they go for that obvious fake to Reuben that's when they're going to get their shirt tails out.
You know, and again, these are effort plays. You know, they see that and they want to get in there and make a play so bad that sometimes they don't stay at home and read their keys. But the effort for the Tiger defense is definitely there. They're making some plays now. Start to get their feet under them a little bit, and on both sides of the ball, the offense as well. So see if they can make some plays here on a second down and 10 at the Troup High 22-yard line.
Well, you got Hadley Danford at linebacker. The Auburn quarterback takes a roll out to his left. He's under pressure. He's scrambling around right up the middle, and big 32 for the Tigers. Jonathan Foster, a sophomore linebacker, is able to corral him down at about the 9-yard line. That'll bring up 3rd and call it 2, Tony. So nice job by sophomore Jonathan Foster staying in the middle of the field, reading and planting a hit on the quarterback.
And you know, Greg, I don't think this is the Auburn Tigers quarterback's first year behind center. He plays like a seasoned veteran, and the one person you can't account for on defense is the quarterback, and he's making a lot of plays with his legs.
I hear the Troup coaches talking, hollering from the next booth. But I tell you what, under a lot of pressure, he just throws it away in the end zone. Nice coverage by the Troup Tigers. Really, no one was open. He almost threw an interception.
And a better job up front. The pressure from the front four didn't allow the quarterback to escape to his right or left and buy some time, made him stay in the pocket. Good coverage downfield by the secondary of the Troup Tigers, and resulted in an incomplete pass. So now you've got 4th down and looks like about 1 yard to go, 1 or 2 yards to go, Greg. So let's see if the Tigers can come up with a big stop here.
All right, thank you, Brett. Brett's giving me some advice back at the control room, if you will. The Auburn Tigers have it 4th down inside the 10. The Troup Tigers have to hold them. It's 4th down. The Auburn Tigers quarterback rolls out to the left, short side of the field. He gets rid of it late, and it's broken up in the end zone by the Troup Tigers. The Troup Tigers will take over 1st and 10 from the 20. Nice job defensively, Tony.
Again, a good job by the Troup Tigers as the Auburn Tigers quarterback really did him a favor as he rolled to his left. And a lot of times when you do that, when the quarterback rolls one way or the other, he shrinks the field, so to say, and gives the defense less area to cover. So a good job of containing on that side as the Troup Tigers force the Auburn Tiger quarterback to the sideline. Good coverage in the secondary. Big stop by the Troup Tiger defense there, and they're going to set up shop offensively on their own 10-yard line, Greg.
You know, that was really a nice defensive stand, really, after that long pass on that go route that gets the Auburn Tigers down to the field. So the Troup Tigers take over with 9:24 left in the second quarter. Auburn Tigers 14, Troup Tigers 7. Let's see what the Troup Tigers can do from deep in their own end zone. I said they're going to take over on the 20, but they do not. They take over on the 9-yard line. Handoff up the middle to number 3, Lamonte Truitt. He may have picked up a yard. So let's see what the Troup Tigers are going to do on 2nd down and about 9 from about the 10-yard line, Tony.
Big tackle by the linebacker from the Auburn Tigers, number 27 there. I'm sorry. It's going to, like you said, no gain on the play. So Tigers going to have to make sure they take care of the ball down here on this end of the field, Greg. Going to bring up 2nd and 10. So let's see what they can come up with here out of their bag of tricks.
All right, as you listen to these Troup Tigers on 96.9 FM, Will Smith takes the handoff. He drops back. He is covered up by a ton of Auburn Tigers. It looks like he's going to be spotted on about the 2, maybe the 1-yard line. So kind of working themselves deep into a hole. It looks like the Auburn Tigers crashed the interior of the line, and Will Smith just couldn't get out and do something with it.
Well, that time the Auburn Tigers outnumbered the Troup Tigers in the box there, and there were too many people there to block. And again, the Auburn Tigers brought great pressure. The O-line was outnumbered there, so when you bring more people than you can block, that's what's going to happen.
Well, the Troup Tigers, Will Smith will be about 4 yards deep in his end zone in the shotgun. He takes the snap, quick release. He ducks up under. He's almost tackling the backfield, but he's pulled forward to about the 3-yard line. Trevor Spradlin and number 9 for the Auburn Tigers are getting in a little shouting match. And number 9 for the Auburn Tigers kind of pushed number 11, Trevor Spradlin, and there's 2 flags coming. You know, I don't know that it's on the Troup Tigers. It looks like first thing I see was the Auburn Tigers.
Well, usually the second one is the one that gets caught, the one that retaliates. This is probably going to be one of those, Greg. They're going to throw a personal foul on both teams. Nothing's going to be settled, and they're going to let them play.
Okay.
You hope. So we'll see what happens here.
Well,
hey, Greg.
Yes, sir.
Take a break, and we'll find out when we come back.
All right. Let's take a quick break. You're listening to Tiger Football on 96.9 Eagle Sports. We'll be right back. All right, welcome back to Duck Sanford Stadium here in Auburn, Alabama. We come back amidst a ton of confusion. as to whether they should punt or not at 4th down. Ball's on the 3. We're going to take a short break. Tony was right, offsetting penalties. So we're going to come back right after this break. You're listening to Tiger Football on 96.9 FM, Eagle Sports.
In Troup County, Collision Autocraft Auto Body Repair would like to salute you on your accomplishments. Now that you're driving, Collision Autocraft would like to offer these safety tips. Wear your seatbelt. Avoid talking on your cell phone while driving. Don't text and drive. And always keep your eye on the road. Collision Autocraft has too often seen the results of careless driving. Drive safely and have a bright future. Don't forget to like Collision Autocraft on Facebook.
Now back to the field for more Troup Tiger football on Eagle Sports, WLAG 96.9 FM, 1240 AM, and online at eagle1023.com.
All right, welcome back to Duck Sanford Stadium, where your Troup Tigers elected to punt on 4th down, and Nick Burrick really booms one from about 10 yards, 12 yards deep in the end zone. Nice spiral turnover, takes it out to the 44.5-yard line. So really it's about a net of about a 37-yard punt. We'll take it from 10 yards back in the end zone.
That's a pressure punt by Nick Burrick right there. They had to have one. He pulled it off. Nice tight spiral. Gives the Tiger defense a little bit of breathing room. Auburn Tigers are going to set up their offense now on the Troup Tiger 45-yard line.
Hey, so let's see who somebody calls a timeout. Let's see if it's the Troup Tigers or the Auburn Tigers. They're going to charge that to the Troup Tigers. So we had a man short, and so we will take yet another quick break as you're listening to Troup Tiger football on 96.9 FM, Eagle Sports.
Building relationships, supporting our community. At CB&T, it's what we do, day after day, year after year. During our 71 years, we've worked hard to be the bank more people in Troup County trust with their money. So it's probably no surprise that we have 3 local branches and more ATMs to serve you than any other bank in the area. We're CB&T, familiar faces and a welcoming smile. CB&T is a division of Synovus Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
You're listening to Eagle Sports, WLAG 96.9 FM, 1240 AM, and online at eagle1023.com. Now back to the field for more Troup Tiger football.
All right, welcome back to Auburn, Alabama at Duck Sanford Stadium with 7:37 left to go in the second quarter of play. Your Troup Tigers just a little behind on the scoreboard, 14-7. I want to thank some of our sponsors, Mallory Agency, Dairy Queen. It's still hot, so go get you an ice cream at Dairy Queen. CB&T, Holmes Pharmacy, LaGrange College, and Collision Autocraft. All right, the Auburn Tigers start 1st and 10 from the 45-yard line of the Troup Tigers. Shotgun stance. He backs up. He throws a long down and out, catches the receiver. Receiver picks it up and is tackled on about the 6-yard line by the free safety, number 18, Lakeithian Butler.
Greg, that was coming back. Got a holding call against the Auburn Tigers.
Okay. Well, thankfully for that, because one of the things we've seen already in 3 long pass plays, it looks like our corners are getting beaten, and we've got some senior corners, so something's being miscommunicated. You shouldn't be getting beat like that when you're a senior corner like that.
Well, let's combine it. Let's let the whole defense take a little blame on that one, Greg. When you don't get a push or pressure from your front 4, your DB's on the island back there, and they can't they won't be able to cover them all night. So it's a combination of things. Maybe some technique things in the secondary, but need to apply a little more pressure up front by the big guys.
That's a point well taken, Tony. A lot of the folks listening, as a color commentator, you kind of add a little technical advice. And, one of the things and that's the reason that Coleman put this team together. We feel like between yourself, myself, and Jack Mormon, who's not with us tonight, we bring a lot of knowledge. Some say we don't bring anything, but we feel like we do a pretty good job.
The reason Coleman put this crew together because he didn't have anybody else to go is what it is. So we can't take too much credit, Greg.
All right. High snap to the Auburn Tigers. Fumble on the field. The Troup Tigers pick it up and they fumble. Dalton Hadley winds up picking up the football and is able to advance it down to the 40-yard line of the Auburn Tigers, where the Troup Tigers will take over 1st and 10. So finally we get a turnover.
Big turnover there by the Troup Tigers as they stripped the ball there on the run, and ball was loose on the ground. Number 4 for the Tigers picked it up initially. Brandon Hurd, he had the ball knocked loose, and Dalton Hadley, number 44, picked it up, returned it about 5 yards. So the Troup Tigers set up shop offensively on the Auburn Tigers' 40-yard line.
So Will Smith comes running in with the play. You'll have Trevor Spradlin and Darrell Dunlap wide to the left with Dunlap in the slot. You'll have Truitt and Frazier to the right. Handoff up the middle. Hard running and hard hitting by number 3, Lamonte Truitt. Wow, he just laid his head down and gained it's a 2-yard gain, but man, he hit somebody head on him, and that was a tough call right there.
That play was looked like it was going to have more yardage than it got. Good job by the Tigers opening the line, the Troup Tigers opening up a hole at the line of scrimmage, and good job by the Auburn Tigers to fill in that hole after a 2-yard gain.
All right, so a little crisscross in the backfield. Lamonte Truitt's trying to dig out of the grass with big number 39. Just can't do it. Will Smith from a shotgun. We had Darrell Dunlap in motion. Truitt in the backfield waited till Dunlap comes across, takes a handoff, and is able to pick up maybe a half a yard. You're looking at 3rd down and 7 as the ball rests on the Auburn Tigers' 37-yard line, Tony.
Still timing a little bit off. That's one of the plays the Troup Tigers fumbled on earlier, but 3rd and 7, let's see what the Tigers can come up with.
Well, we had a little miscue. Looks like Trevor Spradlin took a step back. Will Smith is throwing it out to Darrell Dunlap, and wasn't ready for it. Now we had the corner for the Auburn Tigers stand up and bat it away. We got an official timeout. Don't know what for, but while they're figuring it out, we're going to figure it out.
Hydration.
So you're listening to Troup Tiger football on 96.9 Eagle Sports. We'll be right back.
Family love Blizzard treats at Dairy Queen. Each time you eat a Blizzard, it's as if you're throwing a party for your taste buds. And you can keep that party going by celebrating with different Blizzard flavors every month. Like this month, come to Dairy Queen and try the M&M Brownie Blizzard. M&M chocolate candy pieces, chewy brownie pieces, and chocolatey topping blended with creamy DQ vanilla soft serve. Get yours now for a limited time at Dairy Queen at 203 New Franklin Road in LaGrange. Only at Dairy Queen. So good, it's free DQ-less.
You're listening to Eagle Sports, WLAG 96.9 FM, 1240 AM, and online at eagle1023.com. Now back to more Troup Tiger football.
All right, welcome back to Auburn, Alabama at Duck Sanford Stadium as it's the sun is going down. It's a pleasant night. Jack Mormon says we're sounding great. I appreciate that, Jack. I think we're a little rusty, but we'll be welcoming you back next Friday night as the Tigers open up the season, and we'll be looking at Callaway next Saturday.
That's right, against Hurd County.
That's right, big game. Will Smith takes a snap, throws it back to the shotgun. Might have had a little defensive. They're not going to call a flag, but a nice throw by Will Smith down the left sidelines to Ricky Frazier, and it looks like the cornerback was kind of pushing off on Ricky to get that ball. Maybe it was up for grabs. I don't know. But
well, you know, Greg, I think what saved the cornerback that time was the fact that he turned his head around. There was some contact down there between both of them. I think if he had not turned his head around to play the football, you might have gotten a flag. But, again, I'll have to say probably a pretty good no call there. Let him go up for the ball, and quarterback did a good job of turning his head around to play the ball. So good call by the Tigers on 4th down. Looking for a penalty there or maybe a big play, but they turned it over on downs, and Troup Tigers are back on defense.
Good idea to not punt the ball. Little stab pass out to the right, to the left for the Auburn Tigers. Now he was able to pick up about 15 before he's tackled by Dalton Hadley and Jonathan Foster, and looks like we've got a Tiger that maybe have a little stinger out there. Number 3, Lamonte Truitt. Big name last year. Said Lamonte was able to be a big gun on offense. He's really the right corner, and he looks like he's holding his left shoulder. So let's just see what that. We'll keep an eye on that. The Auburn Tigers in the shotgun, take the snap, hands it off up the middle, and is just finds a little hole right up the middle, and is able to Jonathan Foster and big Maurice Swain finally take him down, but not after about a 17-yard gain down inside the 30 to the 29-yard line.
Good run by the Auburn Tiger tailback there, number 21. Not a big kid at all, Greg, but he kept his feet grinding. When you look at him, his power's definitely from his waist down, and he kept those feet moving, hit the hole real quick, and nice burst up the middle for about 10, 15 yards.
Well, that's one of the things the Tigers have got to do is they got to control that defensive line, not let those type, up the middle especially. You kind of feel bad about it around the end, just like the quarterback's doing now. Had a little hole on the outside. We might see a penalty. It sure was Lamonte Truitt was doing everything he could to get out from grasp with that wide receiver, number 11. No flag. The Auburn Tigers do pick up a 1st down inside the 15 down to the 14. It's simply just a design play, Tony. Took the snap and just took off to the left.
Well, with the success that they've had around on the quarterback keeper around the outside, the play up the middle is open. When the play up the middle is open, they both allow each play to be successful. So the quarterback's doing a good job of doing his reads and leaving it with the tailback or keeping it.
All right, nice read by the entire Tiger defensive line. Little handoff up the middle. Big number 13, Devontae Cofield, 5'11", 194 defensive end, just simply meets him about 4 yards in the backfield, Tony, and just takes him down.
Good tackle, had on the football, locked up, and drove through the running back. They lost about a yard there, so that's going to bring up about a 2nd and 11. Tigers need to stand here, Greg. We're getting late in the second quarter.
Well, I was going to say, although we can't see the clock, we know it's probably somewhere in the 5-minute mark.
Want to do their best to keep them out of that end zone.
All right, the Auburn Tigers take the snap on a little sweeper, takes it, big Maurice Swain, chases him down from the backside and just tackles him along with Dalton Hadley. And number 34 for the Tigers, Kevontae Smith, a junior who is stepping it up this year to try to help out in that linebacking core. Nice pursuit by the Troup Tigers. That should bring up 3rd down now in about 12, Tony.
Greg, you mentioned a great play by Maurice Swain there. Maurice hasn't come off the field, I don't believe. He's been in on just about every play for the offense and the defense. He did a great job that time. He beat a double team block and really kept that play from going anywhere.
You're right. We have a lot of kids going both ways, to the likes of Lamonte Truitt and Ricky Frazier and Maurice Swain. You know, and through the year they're going to get tired. There's no doubt about it. All right, the Auburn Tigers shotgun snap, takes it. He's deep. He's under a lot of pressure by Billingsley. Maurice Swain is now open. Tigers go down under the pressure of number 7, Michael Tatum. Maurice Swain all the way back to the 30-yard line. Nice pursuit by the Troup Tigers.
And that time, let's give the secondary credit, Greg. When you look down, when you look down there, everyone was covered. Troup Tigers did a good job of keeping all the receivers in front of them, and they really did a good job. Got a couple of penalties down. Looks like maybe unsportsmanlike against the Auburn Tigers, which is probably going to back them up a little farther. We'll see what happens on that call, but it brings up a 4th down. And you know, again, as a defensive back, you got to have a short memory. Well, amnesia. You can't remember. You can't remember what happened on the play before. So, and unfortunately, when you mess up out there, everybody sees it. You know. So
well, that's a 15-yard unsportsmanlike conduct, and that's just the frustration from the Auburn offensive unit, just saying, man, you should have had him. Who knows what they really said?
Right.
But you know, Kembe Billingsley, number 51, gets a breather. Maurice Swain was tapping his helmet as if to say, "Coach, give me a break." He might get a break now, but the coaches were unwilling to let him come out.
Well,
really,
he's even on the punt return team, Greg. So he's they may have Big Maurice back there returning punts here after a little while. But good job by the Tiger defense keeping the Auburn Tigers out of the end zone and sets up a punt here.
Well, they will punt. Lamonte Truitt, number 3, is back. He'll pick the ball up on about the 8-yard line and cannot advance it. So the Troup Tigers will take over 1st and 10 from the 8, maybe 9-yard line. We'll take a short break. You're listening to Tiger Football on 96.9 Eagle Sports.
Beating injuries or ailments, get the right team. Emory Southern Orthopedic, well-trained, experienced doctors, nurses, and staff are that team. These teammates listen and understand your specific condition and provide high-quality, hometown care that will get you back into your game. For more information about Emory Southern Orthopedics team, visit us on the web at www.southernorthopedics.com. That's southernorthopedics.com.
Now back to more Troup Tiger football on Eagle Sports, WLAG 96.9 FM, 1240 AM, and online at eagle1023.com.
Thank you, Britt Thompson, back at the Eagles studios. The Troup Tigers take over 1st and 10 on the 9-yard line. Smith's in a shotgun. Looks like we've got encroachment by number 2, Reuben Foster, from the Auburn Tigers, looking to kind of get in and create some havoc, and that's going to be an easy first down and 5 for the Troup Tigers.
Makes that 2nd down play call a lot easier. It gives you a little more to choose from as it brings up, it stays 1st down, so now it's 1st and 5. But again, the Tigers looking to move the ball out from the shadow of their goal line with probably about what, Jeff, Greg, 2.5 minutes left before the half.
That's right. We returned at about 2:55. Will Smith from a shotgun, twin backfield, hands it off to Chris Howard. Chris Howard leans up the middle, picks up about 3. Nice little run behind the blocking of Levi Cornwell and Maurice Swain there on the left side, along with 52, big Wellington Callaway. Wellington is a senior this year, had a little playing time last year, steps it up as a starter this year. It's nice as he's a senior. He's making some holes on that left side of the line.
Well, and that's what the Tigers need here. They need to grind this ball out from the shadow of their end zone, get out, give themselves a little room. 2nd down and 3. Again, they want to take care of the football. No turnovers here late in the second half, and maybe get out, try to go for a touchdown, or at least get out of there with a score 14-7 at the worst.
All right, spread offense. Will Smith takes the handoff, hands it off to Darrell Dunlap. Coming in from his motion on the left side, crisscrosses over to the right side and is able to pick up maybe a yard. 3rd down and call it 2. I know we talk about grind it out, Tony, but you like to pick up a little bit more than a yard at a time. So 3rd down and 2, call it a long 2.
Well, the Tigers have to be a little bit disappointed, Greg. They were 1st and 5. Now they're 3rd and 3 or 3rd and 2.
Right.
So, yeah, you need to get a little more than 1 yard of play. So hopefully they could come up with a big 3rd down conversion right here and keep the ball.
Well, with Darrell Dunlap and Trevor Spradlin wide out to the left from a shotgun split backfield, Smith grabs it, hands off, and all of the Auburn Tigers meet number 25, Chris Howard, in the backfield. Kind of hard to gain a yard when you're getting met in the backfield like that. So the Troup Tigers will take a 2-yard loss, resulting in 4th down and 5. I'm sure they'll punt it out with probably a minute and a half to 2 minutes remaining.
And they need a big punt again from their punter, Burrick. Hopefully he can get off one like he did last time. He'll be punting probably from, let's see, the ball's on about the 14. He'll probably be punting from inside his 5. So needs to get off a good punt here. And hopefully the Tigers can hold the Auburn Tigers out of the end zone here as we wind down in the 2nd quarter.
All right, with 1:11, we're going to take a break. As we come back, we'll see the punt on Tiger football.
Rob and Joel Upchurch is your RE/MAX Result agent. No matter if you're selling or buying, the first phone call you should make is to Joel or Rob Upchurch at 706-845-7000. This week's featured listing is 202 Melrose Drive, a well-built home in a family neighborhood, 3 bedrooms for just $94,500. If you want to know more about this house or get your home listed, call Rob or Joel Upchurch at 706-845-7000 or search Rob or Joel Upchurch on the web.
You're listening to Eagle Sports, WLAG 96.9 FM, 1240 AM, and online at eagle1023.com. Now back to more Troup Tiger football.
All right, as we bring it back to your Troup Tiger football you're listening to Troup Tiger football on 96.9 Eagle Sports. Nick Burek was a nice punt out to almost midfield at about the 47-yard line, 48-yard line. So kind of gets the Tigers out of the hole as we come back with about 1:10 left until halftime. And, you know, Tony, so far it's been back and forth. We've had a couple mistakes. We've had a couple guys get beat deep. The Auburn Tigers, really in the 2nd quarter, have had a couple mistakes of their own and kind of help us get back in the game.
Right.
So kind of it's what we expected, really, this first scrimmage.
Right. And this is a big 1 minute and 10 seconds here, Greg.
It is.
Want to have a little momentum going in at halftime, so we'll see who can take care of that.
All right, little inside stab back with the Auburn Tigers. He keeps breaking tackles. He'll be brought down in the backfield after a 1st down by number 18 for the Tigers, Lakeithian Buckner. So the Tigers from Auburn will move the change. The Tigers from Troup, as you said, need to tighten it up. Very important, 1 minute left in the 2nd quarter. You don't want those Auburn Tigers to get in the end zone. So the quarterback takes a snap. This is a perfect little hook pattern about 8 yards down of the receiver, number 42. Guess what he did?
He didn't look it in.
He tried to run before he got it, didn't he?
And the Troup Tigers will take it. You know,
that's right.
The incomplete there, that was a little excellent play call there. Had about a little 8-yard gain there. And receiver just simply didn't look it in. Tried to run with it before he caught it. So, but the Troup Tigers will take it as it brings up a 2nd and 10.
Well, we've got slot man to the right for the Tigers, 1 wide out left, double wide outs on the right. Auburn Tigers take it. He's on the run. He throws one out to the wide out. He's able to make the 1st down, but a nice open field tackle by number 4, Brandon Hurd, junior Brandon Hurd, but not until after the Auburn Tigers pick up their 1st down, and they'll move the chain. That ball will be spotted somewhere about the 17-yard line, Tony.
About 38 seconds to go, Greg, till halftime. Don't know if he got out of bounds. I don't know if the clock stops with the first down. And
they're winding the –
Fisher's going to wind the clock. So the clock's running with about 35 seconds to go here. So let's see if the Tigers can make a defensive stand.
Little adjustment on the Tigers. They're calling him. We need a defensive tackle. We're going to have a little flag on the play. The Troup Tigers didn't have the correct personnel in. We had one of the players coming in from all sides.
I think the Tigers only had 9 on the field there.
That's right.
Maybe 9 or 10. So a little bit of confusion. But, again, you'd rather have a 5-yard penalty than a big touchdown. So
that's right.
We'll take that with 26.9 seconds to go before halftime.
Well, you're right. It's kind of like a timeout. Unfortunately, came with a 5-yard penalty. But the Auburn Tigers come to the line. The Troup Tigers are settling in on defense from the shotgun. He takes the snap. He's standing in the pocket. He's being pressured by Maury Swain. He swings out. He's being pressured now. Nice breakup in the backfield by number 3, Lamonte Truitt, and number 4, Brandon Hurd. A couple of receivers wide open in the back of the end zone, and the Troup Tigers converge to break up that pass.
Good coverage again back there in the secondary.
Nice pressure by Maury Swain as well.
No doubt. The Auburn quarterback is I've been impressed by him his first half, Greg. He's an excellent athlete. He throws the ball well, going to his right and his left. Excellent runner. And the Troup Tigers did a good job right there of good coverage downfield and breaking up that pass in the end zone.
Well, speaking of the Auburn Tigers, they're on offense. They'll take a shotgun snap high. He drops back about 4. Looks like a screen. He throws it to the ground for an incomplete pass as he was being pressured by the biggest man on the field, Maurice Swain. So it'll turn out to be probably a 4th down call and 5 as the ball sits on the 17-yard line. So let's see what the Auburn Tigers do as the Troup Tigers are sitting there waiting for that decision. The sideline shows it is 3rd down. It may be. He flipped that marker before I could see it.
And we got 14 seconds till halftime. Yep. And, again, this is a big 3rd down. Auburn Tigers have about 2 plays left, so let's see if the Troup Tigers can hold them.
Shotgun snap high. He's got pressure by Dalton Hadley. Forces him out of the box. He's running to the sideline. He has the throws on the run. It is incomplete out of the end zone. He did make the catch, but he was out of the end zone. So good pressure from Dalton Hadley to force the quarterback to throw it out of the end zone. Almost a touchdown, but you know what? All it takes is a little bit of pressure, and thanks for Dalton Hadley for doing that.
We're not playing horseshoes and grenades, Greg, so it's not close. But again, the Tigers just on defense, good call by the defensive coaches. They decided to bring pressure with number 44, Dalton Hadley. 3 seconds to go till halftime, and the Auburn Tigers are going to try about what is that, Greg? About a 28, 29-yard field goal.
The ball will be placed knees down on about the 18, so it'll be a 28-yard field goal attempt. Again, the Troup Tigers will simply just stand there through simulation, but if he does make it, of course, the points will count. Snaps up, kicks up,
I believe it's
wide
right.
It looks like
Greg.
It's wide right.
I believe it is.
It is. So that should end the halftime. Let's see, Coleman. Yes, that's the end of the first half. Well, your Troup Tigers 7, homestanding Auburn Tigers 14. We'll be right back as Tony and I recap the first half highlights. You're listening to Troup Tiger Football on 96.9 Eagle Sports.
That you can't fully define who you are until you find your passion. That's something inside you that says nothing is impossible. Come to one of our fall preview days at LaGrange College. Taste the energy and excitement of college life and find out how LaGrange College can transform your life by helping you find your passion. Fall preview days at LaGrange College, Saturday, September 29th and Saturday, October 27th. RSVP online today, lagrange.edu.
Who do you call if you need auto, home, or business insurance? It's Mallory Agency. They make it easy to find the right insurance because they carry many different lines of insurance, so you can compare price coverage of many different companies, so you can make a decision and know you pick the best one for your needs. Check us out on the web at MalloryAgency.com or on Facebook, or do what so many of your neighbors have done for 105 years. Drop in at 301 West Harrelson Street in LaGrange.
CB&T. With us, you're closer to what's important to you. Closer to home with 3 branches in LaGrange. Closer to your money with mobile and internet banking and 6 local ATMs. Plus, you can use any Synovus or Publix Presto ATM in the Southeast. Closer to people who care about you. Local people who make local decisions. We're CB&T. How can we serve you today? CB&T is a division of Synovus Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender. Some restrictions apply to mobile banking.
All right, welcome back to Auburn, Alabama. We're here live at Duck Sanford Stadium as we enjoy a nice evening as the sun basically is behind all the clouds. It's a nice little evening out here, and they've even felt sorry for the players on the field, Tony, so they cut our air conditioning off. So we kind of like we're outside now.
Yeah, we're going on strike. I can't work under these conditions. It's just way too much stress in here without this air conditioner running, Greg.
Well, I tell you, you come back to the Troup Tiger football, and we were talking. Right now, we're down 14-7 at halftime, but without a lot of good highlights throughout this first half. But Tony, you and I noticed some of the players coming off the field, particularly Dalton Hadley, who had just he and Maury Swain had a lot of plays in that last stand. You could just see, wow, they're tired. Practice is one thing, but man, this game environment, they're tired.
Well, and you talk about number 55. That man's 6'3" and weighs 315 pounds, and I don't think he's come off the field. He was on offense, defense, special teams. So he's probably not going to be too upset if he doesn't play anymore tonight. So he's probably looking forward to the JV game in the second half.
That's right.
But yeah, Greg, a lot of a typical first game. Jitters, nerves early, mistakes, some good plays as they got their feet, football legs under them. So Troup, when you look at them again, excellent athletes, good athletes. One thing you and I talked about, obviously you like to develop some depth to give the guys ideally, I think a coach would love to not be able to play anybody two ways, but unfortunately in high school it doesn't work that way. So, and one thing that could help the defense or help it is to keep that for the offense to maybe have a long drive maybe in the second half and let that defense rest a little bit. But overall, I think the coaches are going to find some positives, plenty to work on, plenty to correct, but. Based on the start, you have to give the Troup Tigers credit. Got down to quick hole, 14-0. Could have folded to tense. Didn't do that. Made some plays, got back in the game, and as the half moved on, the defense played much better and kept the Auburn Tigers out of the end zone. Now, they did move it between the 20s, but luckily it's a 120-yard field, not an 80-yard field. So I think the coaches have got some things to be excited about. Again, hopefully no major injuries. That's one of the things you look for in early, like in the scrimmage. So it'll be interesting to see what happens in the second half.
Well, the couple of things that I know, you speaking of injuries, I saw where Bruce Danford was an injured player on the sideline, and it could have just been he got his wind knocked out of him. But at the same time, I think about we've asked a sophomore with very little, really no varsity experience in Will Smith to come out and be the starter. And wow, with all the athletes he's got that could have been the starter. We talk about Darryl Dunlop, Lamonte Truitt, two kids that just come quickly to mind, Ricky Frazier. All these are athletes who have been quarterbacks before, but Will Smith comes in and really executes good for a first-time quarterback. He got a nice zip on his pass, several nice passes to Malcolm Tatum out here down the sidelines, had that go route to Ricky Frazier in the first half. He really looked crisp once he got settled down. What they're having, as you pointed out in the first half, is timing miscues on the handoffs, all these timings plays with these crisscross, and that's really what I've seen. And
when you run that spread, the timing in the backfield is critical. If the center snaps it just a second late or a second early, the man in motion is going to be in the way. The execution is not going to be there. And you mentioned Will Smith. I agree with you. He looked really good rolling to his right, throwing the football. The deep ball he threw well, put some air under it, let Ricky Frazier run under it for a long touchdown. But again, you got to get that first game under your belt. Yeah, and the more you play, the better you get. Game will slow down a little bit for him. He's a 10th grader, like you said. Don't know how much game experience he had, Greg, coming into the scrimmage. I don't know how much he played last year.
Right.
But you're right. There's a difference in practice and the game. So, but again, I think Coach Kendall and his staff probably overall pretty well pleased with what they've seen in the first half.
And Coleman, I know you've been videotaping it, so you look at things differently than we do. What have you seen so far?
Well, I tell you, what I see right now is that appreciate all the online viewers that are watching. We got a nice crowd there for a preseason game. I thank y'all for.
They're hungry, Coleman.
I know they really are hungry. They're there.
Of course, we ate, so we're okay, right?
That's right. But we got plenty of people there at home watching, and we appreciate them, and we hope that you're enjoying the broadcast as much as we are bringing it to you. And I tell you, the big thing is the quarterback. He had a couple of fumbles. he sit there and had some miscues and came off the sideline. Looked like he was sitting there explaining to the coach, well, this is what happened, and had a chance to articulate what's going on. And either they got it, made changes, or he found where he needed to be, and then all of a sudden it started clicking a little bit, and that's impressive. And of course, when you're that age and you got a big job like that, every game's going to be a little better. You'll have one game that's a little worse, and then the next thing you know, you're playing pretty good.
There's a little more to playing quarterback than just athletic ability. You have to have people have to respond to you. They have to, do you take command in that huddle? Do they listen to you? Can you execute what the coaches want you to do? And obviously Will Smith has impressed the coaches at Troup. He earned a start. And again, I think overall he's done a good job. He had some nerves early. But second half, and the more reps he gets, the better he'll get.
Well, I'll tell you what, we're going to come back. We're going to talk more about the Troup offense and defense after we take this quick break. You're listening to Troup Tiger Football on 96.9 Eagle Sports.
State of denial is a drag and a trial. When I bought my cheap insurance, should have known this day would come. Now I've had an accident and I'm feeling quite alone. Called them at least 20 times, but they won't pick up the phone. Without personal service, my policy's kind of worthless. Get to a better state, State Farm.
Don't deny yourself a call to State Farm agent Matt Orr on the square in downtown LaGrange. If you're looking for a great time, gather up your friends and head to the Brick House Grill in downtown LaGrange. Enjoy live entertainment every weekend. Thursday nights, it's karaoke as well as ladies' night. On Saturdays, come cheer for your favorite college football team and enjoy their football specials. Check out their new menu. Sunday from 11 until 3, the Brick House Grill has their family lunch specials. A meat and 2 vegetables, $8.95. 3 veggies, $9.95. Starting at 4, get spaghetti and meatballs for $9.95. They have plenty of TVs to watch exciting NFL action. The Brick House Grill, Broome Street in downtown LaGrange. To all the high school seniors in Troup County, Collision Autocraft Auto Body Repair would like to salute you on your accomplishments. Now that you're driving, Collision Autocraft would like to offer these safety tips. Wear your seatbelt. Avoid talking on your cell phone while driving. Don't text and drive. And always keep your eye on the road. Collision Autocraft has too often seen the results of careless driving. Drive safely and have a bright future. Don't forget to like Collision Autocraft on Facebook.
There's a secret to beating injuries or ailments. Get the right team. Emory Southern Orthopedics' well-trained, experienced doctors, nurses, and staff are that team. These teammates listen and understand your specific condition and provide high-quality, hometown care that will get you back into your game. For more information about Emory Southern Orthopedics team, visit us on the web at www.southernorthopedics.com. That's southernorthopedics.com.
Now back to the field for more Troup Tiger football on Eagle Sports, WLAG 96.9 FM, 1240 AM, and online at eagle1023.com.
All right, welcome back to Auburn, Alabama at Duck Sanford Stadium. We are here live as the sun is going down. We're going to listen to some highlights as we come back, and the first one is where the Tigers bow up and stop them. Tigers quarterback rolls out, and it's broken up in the end zone by the Troup Tigers. The Troup Tigers will take over first and 10 from the 20. Nice job defensively, Tony.
Again, good job by the Troup Tigers as the Auburn Tigers quarterback really did him a favor as he rolled to his left. And a lot of times when you do that, when the quarterback rolls one way or the other, he shrinks the field, so to say, and gives the defense less area to cover. So a good job of containing on that side as the Troup Tigers forced the Auburn Tiger quarterback to the sideline. Good coverage in the secondary. Big stop by the Troup Tiger defense there, and they're going to set up shop offensively their own 10-yard line, Greg.
And let's see, as we come back from that, Coleman, the Tigers open it up offensively for a nice little score. Are the Tigers going to punt? No, it looks like Will Smith's reading off his arm hand, and they will bring them to the line of scrimmage on the 45-yard line and see what they can come up with 4th and 7. So they got twins to the left, twins to the right, single backfield. Will Smith in the shotgun takes a snap. Nice little toss out to Ricky Frazier down the sideline. Kid picks it up. He goes all the way for a touchdown, Tigers!
Excellent throw by quarterback Will Smith. I tell you, he stood in the pocket as we got an Auburn Tiger injured back here on the 45-yard line. But good throw, good touch on the ball by quarterback Smith. Put some air under it and let Ricky Frazier run under it. He made a good move on the DB on about the 5-yard line to take it on in. So the defensive stand by the Troup Tigers ignites the Troup County offense.
Well, Tony, as we talk about the offense, and we come back on we talk about Will Smith was going to break, and we come back on a nice defensive stop to keep the Auburn Tigers from getting to the end zone. And the next play, the Troup Tigers, actually on the next series, Will Smith's able to lay it out there to Ricky Frazier on a go route. Nice touch. You just can't ask right now for a sophomore in a scrimmage game. He looks really good.
I agree. He looks very poised, very confident. And you go back to that long play, that's really the first field position the Troup Tigers had all night. So they were able to, take a chance at midfield, throw the ball deep, see what happens. And Will Smith responded with a great throw. I mean, he put it right where it needed to be.
Well, Greg, I tell you what, I do want to mention real quick about one other thing, which is the exciting thing we're doing on Saturday. Well, we got two big things going on Saturday. One is the coaches roundtable, something we haven't ever done before, and pretty much what that's going to be at 9 o'clock. We'll have coaches from Troup, Callaway, Lafayette Christian Academy, and also Dawson Street Christian Academy. We have asked Coach Branch to come, but haven't talked to him personally yet, so maybe he'll be able to come. So we might have all the coaches from Troup County there, and we're hoping that have a cool, just a open mic roundtable coach discussion. It's going to be something that we had never done before, and hopefully it'll be something pretty cool. That'll be at 9 o'clock, 1240, 96.9, 102.3, and also on the web at eagle1023.com. And then on Saturday night, we got the Cavaliers coming to Callaway Stadium, and of course Heard County will be there against them, and it's going to be a serious game, one of the best games of the year. So make sure you come out and fill the stands up and be loud. Are you ready for that, Tony?
I think everybody on my side of town is excited about that game. The rivalry between Callaway and Heard County over the last 4 or 5 years has really developed into it could be Callaway's biggest rivalry so far.
Well, Brett, of course, went to Heard County. He's a big Heard County, and one of the guys that runs our board back at the studio, and he's been talking smack all week about how Heard County's the real deal, and so we'll see what happens.
From what I understand, they could have one of the better teams they've ever had up there, and that's saying a lot. When you talk about Carlos Brown, who went to Michigan,
that's right.
You talk about Dontavius Jackson, who went to Georgia. We talk about wide receiver who transferred to Sandy Creek a couple years ago. So he's at Auburn. So there's if what we hear is true, Heard County will be a very good football team.
Well, you got to tell Coach Wiggins we got to have a win. Otherwise, I'm washing Brett's Ford Focus or whatever it is, and if not, my Kia Sorrento, my Kia Forte gets washed if Callaway wins. So, so I don't like having to wash people's car.
I understand. Well, maybe the rain, Coleman. You just put some soap on it. And there you go. But from what I understand, he and Coach Wiggins and Coach Barron have come up with this little promotion. They've decided to call the game each year the Pulpwood Bowl. And what that's doing is the Coach Barron, I think, has had a trophy made, and the winner each year keeps that trophy for the year, bragging rights. So just a little more to fuel the rivalry, and you expect a good crowd. Heard County always travels well. They're going to fill up the visitor side of the stadium there. The Callaway faithful will be on their side, so should be a lot of fun. Looking for a good ball game, so just like we have here tonight. So Saturday night should be a lot of fun down at Callaway Stadium.
All right, you guys tune in. We'll be right back. You're listening to Troup Tiger Football on Eagle Sports.
Who do you call if you need auto, home, or business insurance? It's Mallory Agency. They make it easy to find the right insurance because they carry many different lines of insurance, so you can compare price coverage of many different companies, so you can make a decision and know you pick the best one for your needs. Check us out on the web at MalloryAgency.com or on Facebook, or do what so many of your neighbors have done for 105 years. Drop in at 301 West Harrelson Street in LaGrange.
Attention all Corley Drugs customers. Since Corley Drugs has closed, Perry Prather of Holmes Pharmacy has a special message for you.
If you find yourself without a place to fill your prescription, I would like to invite you to let us here at Holmes Pharmacy take care of your family. During this transition of Corley Drugs closing, come see us. We can provide the same level of comfort and care that you have always received and expected from Corley Drugs. To find out more, come see us at Holmes Pharmacy, 136 Commerce Avenue, LaGrange.
Kia. Jesse Lichter here from Kia of LaGrange. This summer is a hot one, and people are trying lots of things to stay cool. Some are hanging out at the pool and eating ice cream, while others are just staying inside. But the ones having the most fun, the ones that are by far the coolest, are the ones driving the all-new Kia Optima. The 2013 Optima starts at $21,200 and is backed by Kia's 10-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty. Check us out online at KiaofLaGrange.com and help support your local economy.
Where we're open 8 to 8, so don't be late.
There's a secret to beating injuries or ailments. Get the right team. Emory Southern Orthopedics' well-trained, experienced doctors, nurses, and staff are that team. These teammates listen and understand your specific condition and provide high-quality, hometown care that will get you back into your game. For more information about Emory Southern Orthopedics team, visit us on the web at www.southernorthopedics.com. That's southernorthopedics.com.
You're listening to Eagle Sports, WLAG 96.9 FM, 1240 AM, and online at eagle1023.com. Now back to the field for more Troup Tiger football.
And welcome back to Auburn, Alabama. You're listening to Troup Tiger football. We're here at halftime, and it looks like the Auburn Tigers are back on the field. The Troup Tigers are back out on the field. They're coming into the sidelines, and there's a little bit of I know a couple of weeks ago last week with the Callaway Callaway Shaw game there at Hogansville, Tony, the varsity actually played 3 quarters. Even though Nick Burrick is snapping the ball, we've got some of the varsity players out snapping. We may see JV action the second half. We're kind of all hoping for, and I'm sure the fans are hoping for, maybe at least one more quarter of varsity action, and then maybe we can get into the fourth quarter of JV action. But we will have to wait and see how that turns out.
Well, we talked before the game, Greg. Each game is handled differently depending on what the coaches agree on to start. So I'm like you. We just won't know until the second half starts. Don't know if the clock will run continuously. Will it stop and play regular time? But we'll be able to figure out here shortly what they're going to decide to do. So, but I'm like you, Greg. Last week, Callaway played 3 quarters of varsity ball, and they played 1 quarter of JV ball. But again, one thing that might make a difference is the numbers. When you look here, you got Auburn with, I'm guessing, when you look across there, 70. Yeah, somewhere. When you look at the Tigers, same number. So we'll see. Depends on what the coaches want to see. What they're looking for. And Coleman has found my weak spot. The man has just put Chips Ahoy's, Nutter Butters, and Oreos in front. Coleman, get the milk.
That's right.
We'll be okay.
One of the things that I want to promote while Coleman steps out is I am so proud of Coleman for working it out. For 2 or 3 years, I've suggested, the Callaway Cavaliers need good coverage, need coverage that gets out. Another radio station in town's been doing it, and I'm so proud that Eagle's been able to pick up several games last year, and this year we're going to carry all of Callaway's games, going to carry all of Troup's as we have been for 7 or 8 years, and it's just a nice way for this fan base of ours to listen to a ton of high school football. And I know Coach Wiggins is really excited about Eagle sports being on campus.
Well, and as you said, you got to give Coleman a lot of credit. Coleman's worked hard to get Callaway games on the radio as he has with Troup, and with you and Jack Mormon. I'm excited about being part of the team this year, and anything we can do to bring exposure to more kids, whether it be Callaway, Troup, LaGrange, whatever. They have enough negative things to deal with, and anytime you can bring them to a positive light, it really helps.
Well, our operations manager and magnificent board operator, Britt Thompson, says that we're going to be playing JV in the 3rd quarter, and true freshmen, I say true, it's not like it's college, but freshmen in the 4th quarter.
And how does Britt know that?
Britt is full of wisdom and knowledge.
Oh, no
I have
doubt
come
about
to
that.
understand.
Yeah.
Even though he comes from
Was he in the
County,
meeting? Was he in the meeting out here?
No, he just knows. But I tell you what, the Tigers take the kickoff. The Troup Tigers kick off all the way into the end zone. So the Auburn, Nick Burek really boomed that one into the end zone. And so the Auburn Tigers will take over the JV on their 20-yard line. So as we start the second half, so really
now, Greg, should we apologize to Mom and Dad if we don't get Junior and Baby Boy's name? We're going to do our best.
We're going to do our best to get every kid's number
Mom and
called.
Dad, bear with us. We're going to get all these kids mentioned on the radio. If not tonight, surely between now and 10 games, we ought to be able to get them on the radio. That's like Greg.
That's right. And Coleman just told me that how many visitors and viewers we have streaming live on Eagle1023.com. So we appreciate all that. And spread the word on Facebook that you'll be able to see your Tigers all year long streaming live. The Auburn quarterback takes it from the snap from the shotgun position, a quick out, little stab pass out to the left side of the sidelines over toward the Troup sidelines. He's able to dart north about 12 yards for a first down as the Auburn Tigers advance out to the 45-yard line. First down for the Auburn Tigers as the Troup Tigers come up on defense.
Couple of new names there, Greg. You see number 30, Kelsey McCutcheon in on that tackle, defensive back. With the hurry-up offenses, going to have to try to get some names and numbers in as quick as we can. So we'll try to single out individuals as they make tackles. Number 34 there on the tackle, Cavante Smith. He is a 11th grader, number 34. You see some new numbers in there, Greg. Number 62 at the defensive tackle, Cody Abbott. He's an 11th grader. Also across the front, number 78 there, Devon Power. He's also an 11th grader.
And you got Chandler Davis, number 79. He's a sophomore, 5'8", 164, made a nice tackle. Yep, the Auburn quarterback takes it, little stab pass out to the right. Nice job by the Troup Tigers as they're able to bring him under tackle at about the 46-yard line, just short of the first down. It'll bring up fourth down and maybe a yard, maybe half a yard. So the Auburn Tigers looks like they're not going to be punting. They might as well. No, it's third down.
Greg, I didn't mean to talk over you there. Number 33, Jamarco Rowland, 12th grader, made that stop. Jalen Hicks, number 14 in the secondary. Number 28, Vanquez Bonner. So we're seeing some JV players playing now.
Little option pass by the Auburn Tigers, comes out to the left. Nice little run by the quarterback. He flips it out late, and nice tackle by number 28 Bonner as he comes in and makes it from his corner position along with number 13 for the Tigers, Devontae Cofield, who's a junior. So we have a spackling of a couple of starters in there, but they'll be, you like that spackling, don't you? They'll be getting some playing time as well. But yeah, Big Devin Power really come on. I was talking to Coach Kendall. He actually lives in my neighborhood there on Scott Road, and just a young man is a big young man and really has worked hard at it. As the Auburn quarterback takes it all alone by himself, runs out along the Auburn sidelines. What an athletic performance by that quarterback. Don't know what grade he's in, but man, he took that single-handedly and juked a few Tigers, Troup Tigers that is, and took it down for about a 42-yard gain down inside the 15. They're going to spot the ball at about the 12-yard line, Tony.
Big kid, number 19, the quarterback in for the Auburn Tigers now. As you mentioned, you could tell he's not quite a senior. Physically, he's not as developed as the young guy. But, again, this is the type of thing these coaches are going to be looking for, depth. Who can step in and play in case of an injury.
And the Auburn Tigers take it, hand off out to we got a holding by the Auburn Tigers. And the Troup Tigers bring the tailback down, number 22, just inside the 5-yard line. But I believe that's going to be either a holding or a chop block as we had a little sweep going out to the Troup High sidelines. And the Auburn Tigers moving the ball down the field really at will. So the Troup Tigers really need to kind of catch their breath on this penalty play and bow up, really bend but do not break, Tony.
It may give me and you a chance to catch our breath too, so we can get some of these numbers in here. But that block there was by the Auburn wide receiver. I've learned through various coaches it's called a stalk block, which is what the wide receivers do, and they caught the Auburn wide receiver holding on that play there. So that's going to set up about a first and about 15.
The ball's back just inside the 30 at the 28-yard line. The umpire sets the ball. Auburn comes up to the ball, snaps. The quarterback takes it from the shotgun. It's a little quick pass out. Nice tackle, open field tackle, scooped up by the Troup Tigers. They're going to call it an incomplete pass, Tony, but it looked like that Auburn Tiger had in his hand, was going to make the turn to run, and the cornerback, and it's getting dark here, I really couldn't see his number, number 26, Say Sanders, absolutely nailed that slot back, fumbled it. We really thought that was a completed pass fumble. They're going to call it incomplete pass.
He timed that perfectly. And if you want to get playing time, that'll get your attention in the film room. So
that's right.
As you tell these kids all the time, if you're not playing, it's your own fault. Make the coach play, you know, and that'll do it right there. So big hit there by number 26, Say Sanders, a 10th grader, Greg. 5'7" at 165.
Official timeout. Let's see what's the issue there.
He's got a head strap, a chin strap that's messed up. Greg, also we got something else that's brewing. If you look straight across the home side there, you notice the clouds. I just checked the radar. We've got rain coming toward the Auburn area, and we might be getting wet here in just a minute. Or I might get wet here.
We won't, Coleman, but that's all right, buddy. You stay right out there. We'll if you need to, we'll help you out.
Fumble in the backfield of Auburn. He's down. There's a high snap out of the shotgun. Big Devin Powers in there real quick, along with 31 for the Tigers. Emmanuel Trammell, and then that'll back the Auburn Tigers back up 3rd down and about 30, Tony, to the 25. But you're right, Coleman, as these clouds move in, not only we have to be concerned about rain, but about lightning as well. So we'll have to keep our eye on that. Being a scrimmage, the umpires won't be too slow to call this game, especially if lightning shows up. All right, the Auburn Tigers in the shotgun, takes a snap, fakes a handoff. He rolls out to his right. He's going to go across the middle, connects with his wideout that's crisscrossing across the middle on the 10-yard line. So that's a pickup of about 15 to 16 yards. It's still, and that was actually 4th down. So, no, it's 4th down now. So 4th down and call it 9. They could get a first down inside the 1-yard line. So let's see what are they going to bring in the field goal unit. What they're going to do, Tony.
Goal, yeah. Greg, that was an excellent throw by the backup quarterback. He rolled to his right, threw a little bit back across his body as the wide receiver broke open across the middle. They don't normally encourage a quarterback to throw back across his body, but that was a great throw and a good catch as he looked it in. And Tigers were able to make the stop. That's going to bring up about a 4th down and 9, and the Auburn Tigers thought about a field goal. Now they're going to call a timeout and talk it over a little bit.
Well, as they call a timeout, we'll take one too. You're listening to Tiger Football on Eagle Sports.
Family love Blizzard treats at Dairy Queen. Each time you eat a Blizzard, it's as if you're throwing a party for your taste buds. And you can keep that party going by celebrating with different Blizzard flavors every month. Like this month, come to Dairy Queen and try the M&M Brownie Blizzard. M&M chocolate candy pieces, chewy brownie pieces, and chocolatey topping blended with creamy DQ vanilla soft serve. Get yours now for a limited time at Dairy Queen at 203 New Franklin Road in LaGrange. Only at Dairy Queen. So good, it's DQ-less.
You're listening to Eagle Sports, WLAG 96.9 FM, 1240 AM, and online at eagle1023.com. Now back to more Troup Tiger football.
And welcome back as we've got Coleman weather forecasting. We're going to call him the prognosticator, but he is, I'm sure, checking the satellite as it looks like we may have some rain moving in from the Valley area, Opelika area down south. So Auburn will place the ball, his knees down on about the 18-yard line. So we're looking at about a 28-yard field goal attempt. As it snapped, the kick is down, kick is up, and it is good. So with that, the Auburn Tigers will go up another 3 points, 17-7, midway through the 3rd quarter, or at least as Coleman gets it around. We've got we got 7:48 left in the 3rd quarter. We're going to take a quick break. You're listening to Troup Tiger Football on Eagle Sports.
Caring about people, building relationships, supporting our community. At CB&T, it's what we do, day after day, year after year. During our 71 years, we've worked hard to be the bank more people in Troup County trust with their money. So it's probably no surprise that we have 3 local branches and more ATMs to serve you than any other bank in the area. We're CB&T, familiar faces and a welcoming smile. CB&T is a division of Synovus Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Now back to more Troup Tiger football on Eagle Sports, WLAG 96.9 FM, 1240 AM, and online at eagle1023.com.
All right, we're back in Auburn, Alabama at Duck Sanford Stadium. I'm Greg Hicks, along with Tony Walls. We've actually had a pretty good time watching the varsity play the first half. Now the 3rd quarter, the JV is playing, and the JV Troup Tigers actually did a pretty good job offensively, not as well as we had hoped, and did actually had a nice show when you think the Auburn Tigers drove it, then a penalty moved them back, and then the Tigers had a nice stance, kept them out of the end zone from scoring 6 points or
held
7.
Held to a field goal.
Held to a field goal. So it was a nice first shot for the Tiger defense.
Greg, you mentioned before that we went on a break the possible weather heading this way. I don't know how they do in football, but I know in baseball they have what they call a field manager, and he has a lightning detector to let the officials know if lightning is in the area. So I'm sure there's someone here that's doing that. And one thing they might want to do, Greg, the clock is not running, and if there's a threat, I guess maybe of weather coming in, you might want to let that clock run so you can get the game in. So and I guess they can do that as they go, but this might be one option. I think Coleman said the temperature dropped about 10 degrees, and it was actually beautiful out there. So.
All right, trying to get the number on the JV quarterback here. He's in a shotgun position. He takes a snap, hands off up the middle. No gain, but the quarterback is number 19 for the Tigers.
Justice Marable.
Justice Marable, a sophomore. He stands up 5'10", 144. So he actually is probably a tad bigger than Will Smith, the starting varsity quarterback. So Justice Marable needs to get some good snaps in, good execution, because you never know when he may be asked to step in at that backup quarterback role. Some big lineman we've got is
number 62, Cody Abbott at right tackle. Looks like, Greg, if I could pick out
76, ninth grader Tristan Thompson had a nice block just then.
Right.
Chris Howard comes around the right end, turns it upfield. He may pick up about 2 yards to get back to the original line of scrimmage, maybe just over the 30-yard line. You know, Chris last year was kind of injured a little bit. He comes up out of that one. Looks like he's limping on his right leg. Don't know if it's a little stinger on his ankle or knee or what have you. But one thing from last year, you could tell when number 25, Chris Howard, came in the ball game, really gave it all he had, and it just made a noticeable difference when he ran that football.
A couple of more linemen. Greg, number 65, Eric Yearwood is at center. Number 66, Darrell Berry is at left guard.
And number 68, Jeremy Sanders, a big ninth grader, stepping in there.
Both of those people,
So
all those guys are underclassmen, Greg.
Takes a snap. He looks like he's going to hand off. A little miscue. He tries to run it outside, and it's simply covered up by several Auburn Tigers. And I'll be honest with you, Tony, just looking at the size of the Auburn Tigers and the way they're moving, it's almost like they may be second-string varsity in a way. And of course, that's what JV is, but they just look like a little bit more mobile than what our guys look.
Well, and you look at the development of these kids.
Yeah.
I mean, you've got some kids out there that don't look like 10th, 11th graders, Greg.
No,
I mean, both sides of the football. So, you know, again, a tribute to their weight room, their off-season program at each school, which is that's where we all know championships are won in the off-season.
Absolutely.
So you could tell that these both sides of the ball, the Troup Tigers and the Auburn Tigers.
So Nick Burek will take the snap, punt it. He'll punt it. It'll leave his foot at about the 20-yard line all the way back to the 30-yard line. So you're looking at about a 50-yard punt from his foot, probably about a 37-yard net. Not a bad punt for Nick Burek. He has come in and tonight as a sophomore really impressed from what I could see on the kickoffs and the punts. I think Coach Kendall may have found, he had several vying for that position. He may have found him one.
Greg, that's about 60 yards in the air with, like you said, a net of about 40. So that's 2 times tonight that Nick Burke's gotten off an excellent punt. And again, you mentioned trying to replace Jordan Van from last year. So, you know, good job by Nick Burke trying to secure that punting job.
Well, we're going to take a quick break before this weather gets in here. Troup Tiger football on Eagle Sports.
Seniors in Troup County, Collision Autocraft Auto Body Repair would like to salute you on your accomplishments. Now that you're driving, Collision Autocraft would like to offer these safety tips. Wear your seatbelt. Avoid talking on your cell phone while driving. Don't text and drive. And always keep your eye on the road. Collision Autocraft has too often seen the results of careless driving. Drive safely and have a bright future. Don't forget to like Collision Autocraft on Facebook.
You're listening to Eagle Sports, WLAG 96.9 FM, 1240 AM, and online at eagle1023.com. Now back to more Troup Tiger football.
All right, welcome back to Auburn, Alabama at Duck Sanford Stadium as we're broadcasting the Troup Tigers versus the Auburn Tigers here with 5:29 to go in the third quarter as the JV teams are playing each other. The varsity played the first half. Now it's the JV's turn. We had a mishap in the backfield. Number 66 for the Troup Tigers, Darrell Berry, causes a fumble in the backfield. The Auburn Tigers is able to jump on it, remain second, or actually will be second down. But nice job by Berry as he just simply crashes that line. He's got big Chandler Davis helping him out there, open up a hole, and he just went right through and caused that fumble. So good job by the Troup Tigers.
Excuse me, Greg. I didn't mean to talk over you there.
No.
So number 66, Barry, did a good job penetrating that time. Beat his man off the ball and blew that play up in the backfield.
The Auburn Tigers, again, from a shotgun position, double wideouts both sides, single man in the backfield. Quarterback takes a snap. He's under a lot of pressure. He rolls out to the right. He tosses it on the run to a nice little grab by the wideout. Takes it about the 42-yard line down to about the 48. So the Tigers from Auburn will score a first down on that particular play. But, he was under a lot of pressure and really had to roll out, and the receiver had to come back to him because even the corners had his receivers covered good, Tony.
And, again, this is the JV quarterback, the backup quarterback, and he's doing a great job. He's their offense hadn't missed a beat with these kids in now.
Actually, that's number 14. We had number 19 earlier. This is the third quarterback we've seen tonight. All of them look really good. They'll take a handoff, a little crisscross handoff from the shotgun position. He'll be able to pick up about 8 yards on the Troup Tigers as number 41 for the Tigers, Demetrius Talley, is in on the tackle, along with number 26, Say Sanders. Sanders is one of those that just really hit that guy earlier and causing that fumble, at least what we thought was a fumble. But as you said, that'll definitely get you in the highlight reel if you keep making plays like that. So
that'll get you playing time, as the coaches say, Greg. But the Troup Tigers here need to stand up and see if they can slow down this offense here a little bit. Good penetration there, just missed a tackle.
Fumble in the backfield. The Tigers, well, like I say, the Tigers have it. Which set of Tigers, I don't know. But excellent penetration by number 34 for the Tigers. Kevontae Smith, a junior, comes out of nowhere, strips the ball, and really forces the Auburn Tigers to turn and go the other direction. And the Auburn Tigers do come up with the ball. It'll be third down and about 7. But the Troup Tigers just came out of nowhere that time. Excellent read.
Great. The coaches, whether it be junior high, little league, JV, varsity, college, pro, ball security is one thing that they teach. And the ball was carried a little bit loose that time by the Auburn Tiger running back, and Troup Tigers did a good job of stripping it away from him.
So from the shotgun, Auburn Tigers have double wideouts. He drops back, no pressure. Now he's all of a sudden having to scramble. He's under a lot of pressure. The Tigers chasing him down. He seems to get away, and he just lowers his head and just runs over number 31, Emmanuel Trammell. But Emmanuel Trammell does make the tackle. But, these quarterbacks for Auburn, they're showing a lot of maturity in their thinking and the athletic ability.
A lot of poise and skill. Poise in the pocket. Don't try to force anything. 14 looks like he's playing quarterback now. He looks like he could be a linebacker or a tight end when he grows up. Not sure.
He sure does.
But he's really put together well. Good-looking kid. And, as we mentioned earlier, a lot of good-looking athletes on both sides of the football, Greg.
Marcus Ward, middle linebacker for the Troup Tigers, stands at 5'9", 223. And he is a junior, and he just looks like he's about to get a lot of playing time. The Tigers from Troup call a timeout, so we'll take a quick break. And the third quarter of action in Troup Tiger football will be right back.
Got all my fingers shaking, must have been my large Americano, mochaccino, macchiato. Now the family's gone to bed, and that's my favorite time to get some tips on better rates. Cause my State Farm guy answers late, and even when it's not my agent, someone's standing by so patient. Getting coverage questions answered helps me to relax. Get to a better State Farm.
Call State Farm agent Matt Orr on the square in downtown LaGrange.
The action continues now with more Troup Tiger football on Eagle Sports, WLAG 96.9 FM, 1240 AM, and online at eagle1023.com.
So as we return back with 2 minutes and 43 seconds left in the third quarter, which is the JV action, part of the game that the JV takes action. Troup Tigers 7, Auburn Tigers 17 on a field goal earlier in the third quarter by the JV. High snap, but does hand it off on a crossing pattern, and he is absolutely nailed, taken down first by number 67 for the Tigers, Craig Moore, who is a junior defensive tackle, 5'8", 173. A little help by number 66 for the Tigers, Darrell Berry. We've called Darrell Berry's name out a couple times. He's also a junior. A couple of these juniors that we're calling out on the JV, they're going to probably see some varsity time. We talked about needing some backups, some depth. As
You're
Maurice
exactly
Swain
right, Greg. That's a great point. Number 41 there, Demetrius Talley, also with a big hit. But this is where the depth comes in right now. This is where you earn playing time.
Well, the Auburn Tigers from the shotgun position has a little slant pattern going on, takes their wide out, and wide out stands up at about I don't know, what would you say, 6'6" maybe?
Yeah, he's
comes
a big
across
kid.
on a slant pattern. He catches the ball and was tackled down on about the 9.5 yard line. So first down for the Auburn Tigers. Last time the JV found themselves in this situation, had a penalty to help them out, but held them to a field goal. Let's see what the Troup Tigers can do this time. So the Auburn Tigers are from the shotgun, double backfield. Hands off up the middle, just simply straight up the middle. Tailback number 13 is able to get inside the 5, down to about the 3, as that's where they'll place the ball. So second down and goal, really, from the 3 yard line, as the Troup Tigers have to bend but don't break, as they've got to really read and make sure that, one of the things that we've seen, they've had the Auburn Tigers, at least on the JV this particular quarter, has basically either gone around the middle, gone around the end, up the middle, thrown the pass. So the Troup Tigers have to be on their toes, really. Handoff right up the middle, and it looks like the Auburn Tigers will walk into the end zone after a couple of hard licks, but will get into the end zone. So a touchdown for the Auburn Tigers, making the score 23-7. They'll tack 6 more on top of that field goal. So the extra point should bring it, assuming it's good, will make the score 24-7. Tony.
Greg, from our view up here, if you look at the size of Auburn's second line,
right,
as a whole, I believe they're a little bigger than their starters. I mean, when you look, obviously they're playing time in reps, but physically, those guys are incredible. Look at the size of those guys, and they did a good job on that long pass earlier. Quarterback stood in there with no pressure in his face, clean throwing lane, and threw a good ball over the middle to his wide receiver. But again, as you watch them leave the field, Greg, they're looking for playing time.
They look a little bit bigger than a JV player.
Wow, they really do.
All right, well, with that, we're going to take a quick break. You're listening to Troup Tiger Football live from Duck Sanford Stadium in Auburn, Alabama.
College, and the word one pops up a lot. Like the student-faculty ratio is 11-to-1. That means plenty of one-on-one time with professors. Our students work for number 1 companies, earn Emmy and Grammy nominations, and they give back to their communities, which is wonderful. We are LaGrange College, one of the South's most affordable, highly ranked institutions. One visit, and you'll see why. lagrange.edu/journey.
Now back to the field for more Troup Tiger football on Eagle Sports, WLAG 96.9 FM, 1240 AM, and online at
We want to thank back here at Duck Sanford Stadium in Auburn. We want to thank some of our sponsors: Emory, Southern Orthopedics, State Farm agent Matt Orr, Kia of LaGrange, and Rob and Joel Upchurch at Remax Results here in LaGrange, along with the Brick House Grill. We appreciate those being sponsors of Troup Tiger football this year. The JV, again, is playing the third quarter. We're just under 2 minutes left in the third quarter. The kickoff is down to the 15, so they'll move it out to the 20 as the Troup Tigers will take it 1st and 10. JV score right now is the Auburn Tigers 24, the Troup Tigers 7. First half, you saw varsity play. A couple of miscues by the Tigers early on. Went down 14-0. Big Mo changed when Maurice Swain and a host of Tigers stopped Reuben Foster on a 4th and inches, and kind of momentum swung, and then Will Smith connected with Ricky Frazier for a nice go route and touchdown, bringing the Troup Tigers within 7, and that's how the varsity section ended, 14-7 Auburn Tigers, and the JV has started in the third quarter, and we've got Chris Howard just simply taking a handoff right up the middle, picks up about 11 yards on a handoff from Justice Marable, the quarterback of the JV. Really a nice job of the offensive line opening some holes. Big Devin Power just opened up, and Big Devin is, all I can say is Big Devin, number 78. He stands about 6'2", 350 pounds, and you get that big body leaning on somebody, he's going to open up a hole.
Callaway, I'm sorry, Greg. The Troup Tigers, again, their second group of old linemen are in and doing a pretty good job, Greg, opening up some holes.
They sure did that time. Takes a snap, miscue on the handoff. Quarterback will just simply take and try to make something out of it, but has to just fall on the ground because too many Auburn Tigers around. You've got number 9, and that is not Will Smith. That's one of those extra numbers, so we'll have to find out who that is. But he's a backup quarterback on the JV, and as so often you get changes of numbers and jerseys and duplicate numbers a lot of times, and last-minute changes. We regret that we can't give you that young man's name, but Chris Howard is a lone back in the backfield. You've got Ricky Frazier in a slot. He's going to take a roll, and nice little pass broken up by the inside linebacker for the Auburn Tigers. but number 14 for the Troup Tigers, Jalen Hicks, was simply coming on a crossing pattern. Actually had a first down had that ball not been tipped by that linebacker. But
well, the Tigers had a little zone play there, Greg. They'd flooded the right side of the field with 3 receivers at about 10, 12 yards deep each one. And the defensive back for the Auburn Tigers did a good job of breaking on the ball. He left his man as far as middle coverage and went and broke on the ball on the deep route and broke that play up. So Tigers were really lucky that ball didn't get intercepted. But
you're right.
Again, it's it's all about experience and playing time now for these kids. As we get ready to start the fourth quarter here momentarily. These kids are looking to impress the coaches, vying for playing time, showing that they want to play, want to contribute, even no matter what grade, 9th grade, 10th grade, 11th grade, 12th grade. If you can contribute, you can contribute. And as we go into the last quarter, last opportunity for some of these young guys to impress the coaches. As the Tigers get ready to open up, is it in 2 weeks, Greg? As they go to
the Troup Tigers will open up next Friday night in Stone Mountain
at
Redan High School.
Right, that's Labor Day weekend on the 31st. So again, they have one more quarter here, and anytime you can get young guys in and get them some playing time, it makes practice go better the next week and those kind of things. So I'm sure the Troup Tiger coaching staff has seen some good things, some positive things tonight, a lot of things to work on, and we still have another quarter to play.
Well, as the Troup Tigers come up with 3rd down and 3, they'll be having the ball on the ball is marked on the 37-yard line. 3rd down and 3 for the Troup Tigers. Takes a shotgun snap. He airs it out down the sidelines. Ball is up in the air, and a nice defensive play. Number 1 for the Tigers, DeQuiz Johnson, a junior, tipped it, and fell back. Just couldn't come down with it, but really good defensive play by the corner of the Auburn Tigers. So the ball will go over to the Auburn Tiger JVs.
Played that just like a DB should. Found the football, tried to get it at its highest point. Good job by the Troup Tiger receiver, number 1 there, to keep that from being an interception. And it looks like the Tigers now are going to punt to change field position.
We've got, I want to say 22. We're going to let Will Bates punt this one. This will be Will's first attempt at a punt tonight. He handled the PAT duties and did a fine job last year, and it looks like he may be handling the PAT this year.
Looks like they're a man short on the punt team again. Greg going to have to take a timeout here.
A little confusing. They take a timeout. We're going to take a short break. You're listening to Troup Tiger Football.
1 minute.
Right
1
back.
minute.
1 minute break. We'll be right back, guys.
Joel Upchurch is your RE/MAX result agent. No matter if you're selling or buying, the first phone call you should make is to Joel or Rob Upchurch. Call 706-845-7000. This week's featured listing is 931 Malibu Drive, a well-kept brick home, great in-town location, 3 bedrooms for only $79,500. If you want to know more about this house or get your home listed with Rob or Joel Upchurch, call 706-845-7000 or just search Rob or Joel Upchurch and check them out on the web.
CB&T. With us, you're closer to what's important to you. Closer to home with 3 branches in LaGrange. Closer to your money with mobile and internet banking and 6 local ATMs. Plus, you can use any Synovus or Publix Presto ATM in the Southeast. Closer to people who care about you. Local people who make local decisions. We're CB&T. How can we serve you today? CB&T is a division of Synovus Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender. Some restrictions apply to mobile banking.
You're listening to Eagle Sports, WLAG 96.9 FM, 1240 AM, and online at eagle1023.com. Now back to the field for more Troup Tiger football.
Welcome back as Will Bates takes the snap and punts the ball of the net of about 34 yards, which on Mr. Bates' first attempt, not too bad, Tony. Will Bates stands at about 5'6", 120. I think I weighed that in the 3rd grade.
I got a leg that weighs that, Greg. You know what I'm saying? Any punt that goes forward is a good punt. I heard a coach say one time. As long as it don't go backwards, you're okay.
There you
go. We'll take that.
Well, as the Auburn Tigers approach the line in a shotgun snap, they'll take the ball, hand it off straight up the middle. He cuts to the outside. He's got a nice little hole. Nice little run by 22. He's able to pick up about 14 yards before he's brought down by the right side corner, looks like number 30 for the Tigers, Kelsey McCutcheon, a junior cornerback, wide receiver, 5'6", 132. Good size for a cornerback, 5'6", 132.
A couple of new numbers in for the Tigers. Number 35, David Brown, a 10th grader. Let's see who else we can find out there, Greg.
High snap from the Auburn center. He's able to hand off a little crossing underneath. We've got a flag on the play. He was able to pick up about 7 yards, 2nd down and 3. But let's see what the flag is as the white cap comes back and says we have holding by the Auburn Tigers. So that's going to bring the ball back 10 yards from the spot of the foul. Should be back at about the 47 maybe. That'll bring it back. It should wind up being about 1st down and maybe 14 or 15.
You know, Greg, you can almost tell what the penalty is going to be if you watch football long enough about which official throws it and where he threw it in. You know, I mean, you can almost 9 times out of 10 you can almost figure out that was a hold by one of the outside people.
Right.
Another new young kid in for the Troup Tigers, number 58, David Guy, 10th grader. He's in at linebacker.
That's right. Auburn Tigers up to the line of scrimmage at the 47-yard line. The officials call a timeout. We've got a flag. It looks like they may have lined up. It's either going to be the Troup Tigers lined up in neutral zone, or maybe the too many men on the line of scrimmage from the Auburn Tigers. Let's see what happens.
Number 77, Dardarius Smith.
We have encroachment
in at left tackle.
Encroachment by the Troup Tigers, so that we're playing swap penalties a little bit right now, Tony. That'll bring it back up inside the yard markers to 1st down and about 9 yards. So the Auburn Tigers takes a snap. He drops back. He's looking deep. He's under pressure. He is hit hard, but not brought down. He gets outside and runs. He's finally brought down way out in the backfield by number 22, Will Bates, as Will comes in. Actually, my mistake with that. That's number 26, Say Sanders. Really saves a touchdown run, I believe.
He's been around that football a lot tonight, and Auburn has another quarterback in, number 10. I think he started the game tonight at one of the wide receivers. So he made a good run, good strong run that time. But, yeah, the Troup Tigers substituting freely now, Greg, as they get kids in and out of the game, get them some game reps and some game experience.
Tigers off from Auburn, take the snap, handoff up the middle. Gang tackle by the Troup Tigers really might have picked up a yard, and I don't know. We can't really see the clock from our vantage point. I'm assuming and kind of hoping that the clock's in a continual running mode. Of course, as long as they keep it on the ground, the clock's going to run. But we're into the 4th quarter, and this is the JV half of the scrimmage game. Good crowd here tonight, Tony. Great weather. Both sides of the field. Crowd is in big support of both sets of Tigers, really. A little handoff deep in the backfield.
Good play on the defensive side that time by number 96, Hunter Wood, a 9th grader, outside linebacker. Did a great job of staying at home, brought the running back down along with number 90, who's out there for his first action, O.J. Ziegler, a 10th grader.
O.J. Well, I tell you, Wood, as you told me a while ago, got his clock cleaned a couple of times, and he put his head on a swivel that time, played good technique, made a great tackle that time.
There you go. Put your head down, try to get better. There you go.
The Auburn Tigers come up the line of scrimmage from the backfield. Man in motion, takes a snap, a little high, hands off, inside handoff, up the middle. Really, he continues to struggle, but brought down hard by number 28, Bonner, if I'm not mistaken. Vanquez Bonner, a sophomore, free safety, came up and just hit him hard, brought him down. Clock continues to run. Big 71 for the Tigers comes in, gets his first action. Justin Hammock, a 9th grader.
Number 41, Greg, outside linebacker Demetrius Talley, also in on that tackle. So we've called his name a couple of times tonight. So good to see everybody getting in, get to participate, get to play, getting some game reps. And, again, it makes practice a whole lot easier for everybody next week.
High snap to the Auburn Tiger quarterback. He takes it, he tucks it, he runs. What an excellent run. Good athlete as he's still on his feet. And it's just a race to the corner of the end zone, and he wins it as he bounces off the inside linebacker and just runs out to the left corner of the end zone for another score. That'll bring the score up right now. Another 6 points will be 30-7, waiting for the PAT to make it 31-7. Got a Troup Tiger down on the field. I can't see his number. Like 74, Tony, maybe?
Looks like maybe
B.J. Holloway, if that's
hopefully
it.
Hopefully it's nothing more than a cramp, Greg. He's on his feet now as he hustles off. Now, that's number 24.
24.
Yeah, that's Marcus Ward, a linebacker. Quarterback for Auburn, I guess he's 4th or 5th string. He took a big hit that time, but again, the Troup Tigers just didn't lock up. Number 10 wouldn't be denied. Made a good run, scored. And again, these young guys you got to wrap up when you tackle. We see a lot of these big hits on Sunday. You got to realize a little bit different athlete on Sunday than you see out here, but you got to lock up good fundamentals, good tackling, and again, one of the things that they'll work on next week in practice.
Well, that's about all you can do is take what you learn from this scrimmage film and go back and kind of correct those mistakes, because I tell you, next week it's going to be a short week as far as that goes, especially when you got these kind of mistakes that you want to correct. Hey, I tell you what, with 8 minutes, a little over 8 minutes to go in the game, Auburn Tigers 31, Troup Tigers 7. We're going to be right back. You're listening to Tiger Football on Eagle Sports.
There's a secret to beating injuries or ailments. Get the right team. Emory Southern Orthopedics' well-trained, experienced doctors, nurses, and staff are that team. These teammates listen and understand your specific condition and provide high-quality, hometown care that will get you back into your game. For more information about Emory Southern Orthopedics team, visit us on the web at www.southernorthopedics.com. That's southernorthopedics.com.
You're listening to Eagle Sports, WLAG 96.9 FM, 1240 AM, and online at eagle1023.com. Now, back to more Troup Tiger football.
All right, welcome back as the Auburn Tigers kick off. We'll kick it down deep inside the 5-yard line, so the Tigers will catch it and bring it out to the 20, as where they'll be first down and 20 as we're into the fourth quarter with about 8 minutes to go, as we're seeing significant JV action here. Trying to get all of the players, listen, you parents, I know you're listening on the radio. If you're not down here, there's a little possible rain cloud moving in. It's kind of getting dark now, and really a nice evening for football. We've had a little cool snap the last couple of days,
Feels good, doesn't it, Greg?
It's nice.
Feels like football weather now, doesn't it?
65 at night, maybe on the low, sir. 85 to 87 in the afternoon. Of course, when we were little, 87 was hot. Now it's like, well, that's a cool snap, because it's been 98, hasn't it, 100.
Yeah. You talk about the heat, Greg. You really have to admire these kids when they have to practice in that type of heat, and the things that they have to deal with, make sure they stay hydrated. But it's tough to practice when it's 95 and 100 degrees on the coaches and players.
Absolutely. We talked before the game how the coaches are having to keep up with temperatures and heat indexes, humidity levels, and all kind of things that they have to keep up with, and schedule water breaks. Times they are a-changing.
And a lot of that is mandated now by Georgia high school, simply because of some of the heat-related problems that some of the kids have had.
That's right.
And, anything to make the game safer for the kids, you're all for it.
Nice little 5-yard gain by Vanquez Bonner. It'll be handed off to the left side this time, trying to strip that ball, but number 23 for the Tigers, Nathan Wilburn, a sophomore, takes a handoff around to the left side of the line, is able to pick up about 5.5 yards. That'll be a first down just outside the 40-yard line. And for you guys that are tuning in late, right now the Troup Tigers are trailing in this game 31-7. It is late in the fourth quarter. The JV action's out there. Number 4 takes it on what I'd call a jet sweep, just a little inside sweep. Number 4, Brandon Hurd, a junior, takes it. He picks up about 4, maybe 5. Actually, they're going to show him picking up a 6-yard gain, so it'll be second down and 4.
Looks like we got a flag.
I do see a flag on the field. So we have a personal foul by the Troup Tigers.
It was a late hit, guys. Late hit. After the whistle blown, and he came up and knocked Auburn Tiger down, and that's going to get you a flag.
But did the umpire ask him if he meant to? That's key. Right?
I don't think there was much doubt there.
Okay. All right. Well, the Troup Tigers will be penalized. For you guys that are tuning in late, catch us all season long, streaming live at eagle1023.com, as you can do right now. You'll listen to all season Jack Mormon calling the play-by-play, and depending on whether we're calling the Troup games, which you'll obviously listen to now, I'll be calling color, and we'll have Tony Walls down on the sidelines as we call, and we've got all of the Callaway games this year too, so it's a total venue of football. I'll be on the sidelines as Tony calls the color for Callaway while Jack calls play-by-play. We're looking really for an exciting year of high school football. It's going to be a long year, and we're going to have a lot of fun out here.
Well, we get to see some exciting athletes. Troup County is blessed with exciting athletes in all 3 of our schools, and not to mention, when you talk about Lafayette Christian School, when you talk about Dawson Street, and as the rain begins to come down, Greg, and the people are scattering, still haven't seen any lightning, but the rain's got everybody putting up their umbrellas and heading to the car.
Almost. The quarterback for the Tigers, under a lot of pressure, airs it out to number 4, Brandon Hurd, on a really a go route, and it wasn't. It just at the last second the cornerback turned around and it hit the cornerback in the helmet.
Ball thrown a little bit to the inside there. I think that's one of the quarterback coaches at Troup High will have him throw a little more toward the sideline.
If it was on the outside shoulder, he may still be running, because the cornerback really had no idea the ball was even coming. But
sometimes you throw it in there, you bring that safety back into the play. So you throw it out there, put it out there where only your man can catch it.
We appreciate the rain anywhere nowadays, the farmers especially. Tigers take it back on a deep drop. Nice pass by the quarterback out to number 23 for the Tigers, Nathan Wilburn, a sophomore wideout, stands at 5'9", 150. So was able to pick up about 14, 16
I wish I knew who that young man was. That was an excellent throw right there. Showed a big-time arm right there. A lot of zip on that ball.
Well, he was under pressure earlier, and he came back and
had
threw
a little time that time to throw, and really made a good throw on that ball.
Right. We will make sure you parents listening gets that. We'll get that player's name to you later. He takes a snap, 2-step drop, nice little pass over the middle, kind of between two linebackers. Luckily,
he had that one picked there.
That's right. Kind of the ball. It's starting to rain a little bit, so it might get a little wet. Kind of slipped through number 4, Brandon Hurd's fingers, and a linebacker slipped through his fingers as well. So the ball will go over on downs to the Auburn Tigers. We'll take a quick break. You're listening to Troup Tiger Football. We'll be right back.
To all the high school seniors in Troup County, Collision Autocraft Auto Body Repair would like to salute you on your accomplishments. Now that you're driving, Collision Autocraft would like to offer these safety tips. Wear your seatbelt. Avoid talking on your cell phone while driving. Don't text and drive. And always keep your eye on the road. Collision Autocraft has too often seen the results of careless driving. Drive safely and have a bright future. Don't forget to like Collision Autocraft on Facebook.
Now back to more Troup Tiger football on Eagle Sports, WLAG 96.9 FM, 1240 AM, and online at eagle1023.com.
We'd like to thank some of our sponsors, and by doing that, we're going to take another short break as the Tigers still taking a knee and trying to get some water, and we'll be right back on the Troup Tiger Football Network.
And Joel Upchurch is your RE/MAX result agent. No matter if you're selling or buying, the first phone call you should make is to Joel or Rob Upchurch at 706-845-7000. This week's featured listing is 202 Melrose Drive, a well-built home in a family neighborhood, 3 bedrooms for just $94,500. If you want to know more about this house or get your home listed, call Rob or Joel Upchurch at 706-845-7000 or search Rob or Joel Upchurch on the web.
You're listening to Eagle Sports, WLAG 96.9 FM, 1240 AM, and online at eagle1023.com. Now back to more Troup Tiger football.
As the Auburn Tigers start first down, we've got a couple of flags in the Troup Tiger backfield. Personal foul on the Troup Tigers. So as we come back to more penalties. You hate to give up easy yards like that, Tony, but that's going to result in 15 yards. It'll take the ball down to the 30, where the Auburn Tigers had started on about the 48-yard line. So with the game,
they had a little extracurricular activity there after the play was over. A couple of guys from each team introduced themselves to each other, find out what they want to do after the game. So the official thought it was a penalty, and he threw it in there. So, but again, I'm sure they were just telling each other what a great job they were doing. So,
you think?
Yeah. So.
Well, I tell you, as we move on into the fourth quarter, both JVs are really getting some nice playing reps in. A little mishap in the backfield of the Auburn Tigers. A wide open field. Nobody's out there. You could run it in, Tony. So that's going to result in another touchdown by the Auburn Tigers. We got a couple of flags here. I don't know if that's number 79 for the Auburn Tigers. That may be called back. Let's see what happens.
Well, usually when you stand over the flag like that, it's going to come back. I'm not sure what to call it. Could be a hold. Could be a we'll see. We won't speculate, Greg. It's a block in the back,
right?
Like so.
Well, we saw our Troup Tiger number 71, 9th grader Justin Hammock getting up off the ground as the Auburn Tiger number 79 was kind of running by him,
right.
And so it good that they caught it. So that touchdown will come back. But that was just a broken play.
Right.
It kind of started out to the right, turned to the left, and nobody was over there.
And the Tigers were in man coverage in the secondary, so once the quarterback broke the contain on the left side, there was no one there. So, again, but fortunately for the Troup Tigers, the penalty brings it back for a first down at about 6 now.
So the Auburn Tigers takes it, got a flag down in the backfield, a little stab pass out, it was really about a 6-yard hook. Nice pass, but in and out of the hands of 81, the wideout. So we've got another penalty now by the Auburn Tigers, so we're just swapping penalties back and forth, and the Auburn Tigers now have 2, so I guess that means we got 2 to get real quick to even us up.
Yeah. The officials are trying to decide whether they want to take this penalty. It looks like it might be against the Auburn Tigers as they're backing up again, so we'll see what the call is here.
We're getting late in the game now. I don't know exactly the time. We've got thank you, Coleman, as he swirls the we got basically 5 minutes to go in this ball game. Auburn showing a score of 30-7, and I was under the impression that they made that PAT earlier, but it is 30-7. So
that
the JV
that was a motion penalty declined by the Troup Tigers. So now it's again backed up to 1st and 10 again. So.
All right, under a lot of pressure, the Auburn Tigers quarterback arm tackling by the Troup Tigers. The ball is out on the ground. The Troup Tigers down on the. Who knows? It looks like the Troup Tigers may have come up with that ball. The Auburn Tiger quarterback was scrambling out. No, the Auburn Tigers do come up with it. It'll be 3rd down. But wow, a lot of pressure by that defensive front allowed really chaos in the backfield of the Auburn Tigers. Tony, and I don't know which Troup Tiger slapped it out of his hands, but almost came up with a fumble
good
recovery.
Opportunity there for the Troup Tigers to get a turnover. Unfortunately, it didn't bounce that way that time, as the Auburn Tigers were able to hop back on that fumble and set up about a 2nd and 14 to 15 here, Greg, with about probably somewhere around, 4 minutes, I guess, to go, Greg?
The clock's winding, about 4 minutes to go. Auburn Tigers, ball's on the 34-yard line as the Troup Tigers are on defense, back to the goal line. A little out pass, he's all alone. 2 Tigers trying to bring him down. Number 42 grips him and slings him down. So a nice open field tackle by Messiah Bonner, a 9th grader. So he showed good poise in grabbing that jersey, Tony, and just not letting him go.
Well, and Greg, he did a good job with pursuit angle there. He used the sideline as another defender and forced the wide receiver into the sideline and let the sideline help him make a tackle. So
I have a question for you guys.
Yes, sir.
How dry is it where you are?
It feels good up here.
It is pouring down right now.
It is, and I'm sure this field appreciates it.
Yeah, it's
the Auburn grounds crew appreciates it.
Almost all the fans are gone, but it is pouring down rain.
You can see it up through the lights, Coleman, when you look from the press box here up through the overhead lights. You can just see how hard it is raining.
Nice pursuit by the Troup Tigers. Number 97 for the Tigers. Let me flip over on my back sheet here to get that number. Hudson Newton, a 9th grader, big kid. He stands at about 5'9", 213, so I knew he looked heavy, so he's pushing 6 foot. From here, he looks like 6 foot with those pads on. But
yes, he does.
Big 9th grader pursued that. So the Auburn Tigers, 4th down and 4 as the ball rests on the 24-yard line, are not going to punt as the rain comes down. Quarterback takes the snap a little bit low, drops back, a little pass out to the flats, dodges, runs, the wide receivers got it, missed tackles. Good athletic move. He's down inside the 10, Tony, to about the 8. So that'll be a 1st down for the Auburn Tigers now.
Good hard running there by the wide receivers. Some missed tackles again by the Troup Tigers. Had a lot of people around the ball, just didn't wrap up and get him down. But as you mentioned, Greg, when you look at this 2nd and 3rd and 4th group from Auburn, good-looking athletes, kids that really don't look like they should be playing 2nd and 3rd string. They're going to vie for some starting time during the season for the Auburn Tigers.
Yeah, they do. You go give the Auburn Tigers credit. They have got some good-looking JV athletes, if you will. Little handoff to number 9. The great athletic move. He's the one that just caught that pass earlier on
really
the previous play and made some good moves. He took that ball right up the middle, made a few juke steps into the end zone. So looking at 36-7 as it gets late in the 4th quarter for the Auburn Tigers scores once more, and they will attempt a PAT. Should be somewhere around the 3.5-minute mark of this game as the rain has lightened up. The bleachers are good and wet now. 2 minutes to go in the game. Auburn 36, Troup Tigers 7.
The running back for Auburn on that play, Greg, that play was designed to go outside, looks like, and he stuck his foot in the ground and cut it straight up the middle, hit
Had
big
good
hole.
vision.
Yes, he did. That was a good run.
All right, as the snap is made, ball is down and the kick is up, and it looks like it's through the upright. So 37-7. We'll be right back. You're listening to Troop Tiger Football.
Blizzard treats at Dairy Queen. Your whole family love Blizzard treats at Dairy Queen. Each time you eat a Blizzard, it's as if you're throwing a party for your taste buds. And you can keep that party going by celebrating with different Blizzard flavors every month. Like this month, come to Dairy Queen and try the M&M Brownie Blizzard. M&M chocolate candy pieces, chewy brownie pieces, and chocolatey topping blended with creamy DQ vanilla soft serve. Get yours now for a limited time at Dairy Queen at 203 New Franklin Road in LaGrange. Only at Dairy Queen. So good, it's DQ-less.
The action continues now with more Troop Tiger football on Eagle Sports, WLAG 96.9 FM, 1240 AM, and online at eagle1023.com.
Welcome back to Troop Tiger Football, the home Eagle Sports and Fox Sports on Eagle carries Fox. As the Troop Tigers take the kickoff inside the 10 at about the 7, they'll bring it out to start this next series from the 20-yard line. As we're under 2 minutes, down about a minute and a half left to go in this ball game. The Auburn Tigers, really in the JV section, the varsity section, the first half ended 14-7. Really a whole lot more competitive from a Troop Tiger standpoint in the first half than it has been in the second half. Really, the Troop Tiger JV has shown some bright spots. But it looks like really from man to man they're really just out-skilled and outmanned from an Auburn Tiger standpoint.
That's a great observation, Greg. I agree with you 100%. Athletically, Auburn is just a little bit. They have more athletes than the Troop Tigers do, and it's showing up here late in the game. But again, give these young guys credit. They're in there competing, trying to get better. You know, you're not going to get any better playing against people that aren't better than you. So
that's true.
They can gain some valuable experience from this. See where they got to be to compete for playing time. And you look at the Auburn Tiger nose tackle right there, number 97. Wow, I mean he's what, Greg? 6'3". I bet he's.
Well, they got him. That's Hudson Noonan.
I'm talking about for the Auburn Tigers. I mean, look at that. I mean,
yeah, he's a big boy.
Yeah, I mean and he's not big boned. He's a large man. He's not fat.
If that's a 9th grader or even a 10th grader, wow, wait till next year.
But again, the kids at Troup High are competing. No quit in them. They're trying to get playing time, develop that depth, and they want to play just as much as anyone else out there. And you got to give them a lot of credit.
Well, as the clock continues to run, we're inside. I'm sure inside a minute now as the Troop Tigers continue to press forward. Number 42, Messiah Bonner had a nice little run on that one. Brings it out beyond the yardage marker. It'll be about 3rd down and 9 as the Tigers huddle up. One of the few times they've actually huddled up tonight, which is going to allow the game clock to continue to run. And we can't see it from our vantage point, but we know it's very close, and I know that Coleman's doing a nice enough job to let us know, yes, inside 30 seconds to go into the game. So this may be the last play of the ball game, Tony, and I'm sure these wet fans are probably ready to pack up and head on back to LaGrange. But inside handoff to number 28, Bonner. He's able to take it up for about a 5-yard gain. He's hit good and hard by a host of Auburn Tigers. And as the clock continues to run, inside 20 seconds, inside 13 seconds, that will probably be the last play of the game. I don't think the Troop Tigers are going to be in any hurry to call another snap. So as the rain continues to kind of lightly drizzles down, Tony, really the second half doesn't even compare to the first half.
No, and you really can't compare the halves, Greg. When you look at the score at halftime when the varsity teams were playing, it was 14-7 Auburn Tigers, and a lot of young kids playing in the second half, and good opportunity to get some experience and some game reps as both teams meet at the field, and a little reunion out there between Ruben and his former Tiger teammates here. So it's good to see. A lot of respect for each other out there, and revisit some old times, and that's what it's all about. But we'll have to come back and we can get ready to wrap it up in a little bit. We'll talk a little bit more about the game.
While they have a family reunion at halftime, you're listening to Tiger Football. We're going to take a short break. We'll be right back to wrap things up on Eagle Sports.
State of denial is a drag. pick up the phone. Without personal service, my policy's kinda worthless. Get to a better state, State Farm.
Don't deny yourself a call to State Farm agent Matt Orr on the square in downtown LaGrange.
Now back to the field for more Troup Tiger football on Eagle Sports, WLAG 96.9 FM, 1240 AM, and online at eagle1023.com.
All right, welcome back to Auburn, Alabama, where it's raining on the Tigers, on both sets of Tigers, as the game ends, but
hey,
just
Greg.
a light rain. Yes, sir.
I got Coach Kendall here on the sideline. He's talking to a couple of people. Hope we'll get a chance to talk to him. Coach Kendall, I tell you what, your very first game as head coach, and all right, hang on. He's going to have. I got to get the players headed in the right direction. So give me just a minute, I guess.
Yeah, he's having. He said, "Okay, break up the family reunion, guys. Let's go. Auburn Tigers that direction, Troup Tigers this direction. Okay, here we go, Coach. All right,
Kendall. Coach Kendall here with me, and of course, congratulations, your first game as the head coach of the Troup Tigers. How does it feel?
Well, it feels good. I don't know if we call it first game. It's a scrimmage, but you know, I thought our plan was first quarter and second quarter be ones versus ones, and I thought there were a lot of good things that we did, and there's also some things that we're going to look at when we look at film and see where we can improve on. I mean, with a team as fine as Auburn, for example, we can't drop the ball back here and set them up for 2 quick touchdowns. But I was proud of our guys didn't roll off the field with their heads down. We just came back and battled back and had some opportunities and scored. And then we also had an opportunity down here with a 4th and short situation. We had a nice pass called and just slightly underthrew. It had been a touchdown there. So when we're looking at our starters, there's room to improve, and that's why we do these games. And but overall, real pleased with the effort. And then when we come back in the third quarter and fourth quarter, the agreement was to play JV players, your 3s, your 2s, and then also we were playing freshmen. They do not have freshmen on, so our freshmen there in probably the fourth quarter there at least was really playing their JV. But it gives them plenty of experience. So we're not really worried about the score in this situation because naturally both teams have kept the ones in, and it had been a battle, I think.
There you go. Yeah, and I tell you what, the rain is starting to fall again. I'm going to let you get inside. I'm dry. You've already gotten wet, so what do you care? But you got to be happy with your young quarterback. He's growing up awfully fast and looks great out there. And honestly, the whole team, you got a lot of positions that are some players that's starting for the first time.
Well, you mentioned that with Will, and I think things didn't always go right, but that adversity that we got through the scrimmage game is seasoning that he needs. And I think we're going to see a much improved team when we roll into our first game against Redan next Friday night up in the Stone Mountain area.
There you go. And Coach, look forward to seeing you on Saturday at 9 o'clock, and go in there and talk to your team. And congratulations again. And we'll call the next game the official first game. How's that?
Oh, sure, that's fine. That's fine. Either way, anytime we get a chance to play, who cares? It's just great to be out here with these guys and watch them compete, and I'm just real proud of them. One thing is about teaching them how to handle adversity, and they're getting better and better about that. So,
thanks, Coach. All right, guys.
All right.
Coach Kendall.
All right, yeah. Tony, I have to kind of agree with Coach Kendall when it goes to the one-on-ones, as he called it. A little bit of adversity, had a couple of quick turnovers by the Troup Tigers, and the Auburn Tigers were able to capitalize on it. But, they kind of came through that adversity, and if it had not been for this little bit of questionable call down here, or no call, it could have been easily 14-14.
And Coach Kendall's exactly right. As anybody can play when you're ahead. You can when you get behind, when you hit some bumps in the road. How do you handle that? And he mentioned quarterback Will Smith. I thought he did a good job after some jitters early. Got his feet under him, made some good throws. Running backs ran hard. The line got better as they played a little more. And defensively, they did a good job. And it's 14-7 at the half. And I have to agree with Coach Kendall. It would have probably been a battle if you played ones-on-ones in the second half. So, but again, it's an opportunity to look at film, see who's competing, who can help them down the road, and those type of things. And the Tigers will be just fine. As again, Coach Kendall was excited about the effort, and then really that's all you can ask.
Right. Coach Kendall, kind of an even-keeled guy, and the team takes it from the leadership. How the head coach goes, the team tends to go. They came out to some of those that may have looked like not a lot of intensity and not a lot of fire, but they played a good, steady, even ball game. I think as you get into the regular season, from an emotional standpoint, high school kids, really college kids tend to be emotional. Probably going to need to show a little bit more intensity as we open up next Friday night at Stone Mountain. But beyond that, the varsities, they look good. They could overcome some mishaps early and was able to put some points on the board.
And you and I have been around the game long enough to know that the most improvement a team shows is between week 1 and week 2. So technically next week is week 2. So we'll see how much improvement can be made.
All right, we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back to wrap it up on Troup Tiger football on Eagle Sports.
Since Corley Drugs has closed, Harry Prather of Holmes Pharmacy has a special message for you.
If you find yourself without a place to fill your prescription, I would like to invite you to let us here at Holmes Pharmacy take care of your family. During this transition of Corley Drugs closing, come see us. We can provide the same level of comfort and care that you have always received and expected from Corley Drugs. To find out more, come see us at Holmes Pharmacy, 136 Commerce Avenue, LaGrange.
Who do you call if you need auto, home, or business insurance? It's Mallory Agency. They make it easy to find the right insurance because they carry many different lines of insurance, so you can compare price coverage of many different companies, so you can make a decision and know you pick the best one for your needs. Check us out on the web at MalloryAgency.com or on Facebook, or do what so many of your neighbors have done for 105 years. Drop in at 301 West Harrelson Street in LaGrange.
You love Blizzard treats at Dairy Queen. Your whole family loves Blizzard treats at Dairy Queen. Each time you eat a Blizzard, it's as if you're throwing a party for your taste buds. And you can keep that party going by celebrating with different Blizzard flavors every month. Like this month, come to Dairy Queen and try the M&M Brownie Blizzard. M&M chocolate candy pieces, chewy brownie pieces, and chocolatey topping blended with creamy DQ vanilla soft serve. Get yours now for a limited time at Dairy Queen at 203 New Franklin Road in LaGrange. Only at Dairy Queen. So good it's ridiculous.
Caring about people, building relationships, supporting our community. At CB&T, it's what we do, day after day, year after year. During our 71 years, we've worked hard to be the bank more people in Troup County trust with their money. So it's probably no surprise that we have 3 local branches and more ATMs to serve you than any other bank in the area. We're CB&T, familiar faces and a welcoming smile. CB&T is a division of Synovus Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
You're listening to Eagle Sports, WLAG 96.9 FM, 1240 AM, and online at eagle1023.com. Now back to the field for more Troup Tiger football.
All right, welcome back to Duck Sanford Stadium. Somebody earlier today said, y'all are playing at Duck Stadium, aren't you? And I disagree. I told him it's Duck Sanford, but the way it's raining now, Tony, it could be a Duck Stadium.
It could be, Greg. Yeah, that could. We could see some. We could see the Aflac Duck coming through any minute.
Could be.
Yeah.
Natural turf, looks great. Nice stadium, nice venue. Again, the varsity section of this football game, Auburn Tigers 14, Troup Tigers 7, looked pretty good. Had some mishaps. Will Smith, first really varsity start, even though it's a scrimmage. Couple of handoff miscues, but he came back and he really did a nice job. Didn't really stay in the pocket a lot, rolled out a lot, but really had a nice arm, nice touch on those passes.
And he was more effective when he was out of the pocket. He made that one nice throw when he had time in the pocket, but he seems, again, just judging by his performance tonight, he's a little more comfortable rolling to his right and throwing the ball, and I'm sure the coaches will put him in more situations like that to succeed. Now, as his game develops, he's going to have to learn to go the other way so the defenses don't play him that way, and but that comes with reps, maturity, strength, those kinds of things. But overall, I thought he did a nice job of running the offense for the Tigers tonight.
I agree. The offensive line kind of started gelling toward the end of the first quarter. You got kids like Darryl Dunlap, who's been around the ball a lot, Malcolm Tatum, Lamonte Truitt, Michael Tatum, Ricky Frazier. These guys, have all been around the ball. You got a new wideout starting this year in Trevor Spradlin. He had a lot of touches in the summer 707s, passing camps, and so I think all in all, you got to be pleased with the way it looked tonight. You wish it was better, but you'll take what you got.
And you mentioned there's some things. Another thing that's new, beside the staff this year with Coach Kendall taking over, they're running from that spread offense. And when you look at wristbands, the coaches are signaling plays from the sidelines.
Right.
Kids are learning the new offense. Okay, Coach, I got my wristband. Okay, I got to be here. I got to be there, and this kind of thing. And it takes time to get that continuity developed. From from quarterback to the sideline with the play calling. And, again, I thought they handled it pretty well. But again, it's new, and until you can do it without thinking, it's got to come natural to you, and that just comes with time and repetition.
And as my dad has always told me, when you finally dream about what you're doing, you got it down. So they got to get it with it. They go home tonight and start dreaming how to run this offense. All right, folks, we got to wrap it up here, but do want to mention Saturday morning quarterback special edition roundtable, coaches roundtable. It's going to be a lot of fun. We'll have it start at 9 a.m. This Saturday, and we're going to have a lot of fun with that. It'll be on 1240 96.9 Eagle 102.3 and on the web at eagle1023.com. Greg and Tony will be our host, and then of course we'll have coaches surrounding them in every angle. So y'all will have to be on your best behavior.
Have our vest on and everything. And Saturday night. I know this is a Troup Tiger football right now, but you know what? We're calling all the Callaway games. We're so proud of that, and all the Troup Tiger games. So we got a ton of football coming up. Saturday night, Callaway Cavaliers at home versus the Heard County Braves in the inaugural Pulpwood Bowl. So I know Coach Wiggins is ready for that. And then following Friday night, August 31st, the Troup Tigers will have a season opener at Redan High School up in Stone Mountain. So over the next 2 weekends, a lot of anticipation, a lot of fun coming up.
Now, the Callaway, after the Saturday game, do they play another Saturday game? Or they're
off Labor Day weekend.
Off Labor Day weekend.
During the season, they've got a Saturday game up at Lakewood Stadium, I think at 4 o'clock. Got a couple of Thursday night games. So, every year each team gets fortunate enough, and I say that with tongue-in-cheek, to play on Saturday and Thursday, and this just happens to be Callaway's year. So
there you go.
We've dodged it the last couple of times. But, some Thursday night games and some Saturday, but, you got to play them when they tell you to play them. So
there you go. So Callaway versus Heard County Saturday night. The coaches roundtable on Saturday at 9 a.m. That's going to be coaches from Lafayette Christian, Dawson Street Christian, Callaway, Troup, and we have put an invite out to LaGrange, and hopefully we'll get Coach Branch as well. So we're looking forward to that. Ought to be a lot of fun. So join us for that on Saturday morning. It is sponsored by Kia of LaGrange. We appreciate that. All right, guys, I tell you what, I know y'all all have a final word because Greg and Tony don't want to not have the final word, but let's find that final word and call it a night.
Well, I'm excited for the football season. I like a lot of intensity. I hope the Tigers bring it next week. I'm excited about the changes. A little bit concerned about the depth because when you're running a wide open, fast-paced offense, you can see that the guys are going to get tired, especially when you're going both ways. That's probably my intensity and depth, probably my two biggest concern. Execution, they'll get down.
But again, I think we said before the game, they'll get the execution with reps. I think they were happy to get out of here tonight with no major injuries. Saw a couple of shoulders with ice on them. Hopefully nothing too serious. Go to the film room, go to work, start back on the practice field Monday. And again, the improvement between week 1 and week 2, that's what you're looking for. And I'm like you, Greg. I'm excited. I look forward to football season. I'm excited about high school and college. Looking forward to a big year for the Tigers, the Cavaliers, and also the Grangers.
You got it. With that, we're going to wrap it up from Auburn, Alabama at Duck Sanford Stadium. I'm Greg Hicks along with Tony Walls and Coleman Weiss. This is the Troup Tiger Football Network on Eagle Sports.
Body Repair would like to salute you on your accomplishments. Now that you're driving, Collision Autocraft would like to offer these safety tips. Wear your seatbelt. Avoid talking on your cell phone while driving. Don't text and drive. And always keep your eye on the road. Collision Autocraft has too often seen the results of careless driving. Drive safely and have a bright future. Don't forget to like Collision Autocraft on Facebook.
There's a secret to be